I rip it, I'm solo. I jump up and shove your records down no more. No lyrical bolos and headbutts and rhyme elbows. Get off me. Tiptoe out, slow ball softly. Hurry up, you might not be able to do that shortly. Ain't traffic, get the tail. The whole crowd screaming out, danger, danger.
Been so long.
Sing it.
He's been on. So
Get on the floor.
show me
The villain right here.
that you wanna see.
Sing it.
It's been so long.
Sing it.
He's been on. So
Get on the floor.
show me
The villain right here.
that you wanna see.
Sing it. Danger. Danger. Get on the floor. The villain right here. Sing it. Danger. Danger. Get on the floor. The villain right here.
This program contains content that is intended for mature audiences only. Parental advisory is suggested. No one under the age of 21 should tune in. The views and opinions expressed by the guests, callers, and host are theirs and theirs alone, and do not reflect the views or opinions of the Jericho Broadcast Networks, Sky City Media Group, and any of its affiliates and or sponsors.
And I'm guessing we're live. This is Random Thoughts with DVP. I'm your host, DVP. It is Wednesday, November the 12th. See, I'm already ready today. I ain't have to look for nothing. I already got it up on my phone. Me just thought I was saying this. Quit sending me messages that make me laugh while I'm on air. Y'all know who y'all are. Stop playing. I'm working. All right, I'm here at 600 Degrees. It's a pizza place. And let me see what this says, because they said they had one in the West End area, 898 Oak Street. I'm like, man, how I missed that? But that's what we live here today, and it says Six Flags Ride. And I used to live in Austell. Go figure that. I have to watch them. But we right here on 5415 Old National Highway in College Park. And y'all know how I feel about College Park. It's where everything going down. But like I say, today is Wednesday. I forgot the date already, but y'all know I saw from secondhand weed smoke. Just let that ride.
It's the 12th.
I'm here with the super producer Roy, and we're gonna do this the right way. We've been slipping the last couple of weeks. Roy, how was your week, bro?
It was pretty good, you know, just moving in, everything that you know, life keep you going. And when it's transition time, it's transition time. Get in, you do what you got to do. You roll with the punches, all the cliches that you want to use. You know, you pick one today. It's applicable.
So, you know, like I said, we here. My week is it's Wednesday, so it's a little different. But today was one of them days. You know, I do the church on Wednesdays where we give out food to the less fortunate. And you know, normally the church got a limit. They try to limit to 40 so they can give everybody nice helpings and stuff. But for some reason today, man, it was 60 people out there when I got there. And our general rule is we don't turn nobody away who's there when the door open. But once we reach the magic number, we stop. How I'm going to get some guy who going to come at 11 something telling me who told him to come? First he said the pastor who was out of the country. Then he said a reverend who ain't nobody seen in 2 weeks. And he just kept going along. I was like, dude, we're not taking nobody. You got to come back. You know, we at 60. Our normal capacity is 40.
Right.
I done turned 12 people away just because we already got too many. So it ain't even no need. And sometimes if we at the limit, you know, I was like, well, you can hang over to the side and maybe somebody ain't going to anything. But when you're already 20 over the limit, ain't no need of me telling you to wait by the side.
Right. Ain't nothing you can do.
Time. So old dude going to ask me, was like, can I sit in here with my girl? Fine. You know what I'm saying? The weather. Every time I look up, he begging to another churchman. I'm like, dude, you said you wanted to sit with her. No. I just want some food. I said, but I already told you, you can't get none. No. See, the guy at the door told me, well, I'm the guy at the door. I told you no. So I'm pretty sure I know what the guy at the door said. It wasn't you. Dude, don't nobody get through the door. You got to get past me to get through the door just to cut down on confusion. I don't understand why I can't. I'm hungry. Dude, them other 12 people who got turned away, they were probably hungry too. But, you know, it's a system. Man, he showed out. Right? I was on
Wow.
church property needing tequila in the worst kind of way. I told him I need a body slam bag because, Buddy he ain't going to.
You can't be doing. I'm glad you restrained yourself at the church. This probably one of them times you was looking for your badge, huh?
I got a uniform on.
Right.
And, it's so funny because the people are saying stuff to me. They're like, man, you good. You just smiling the whole time. But
Okay.
it was making us mad. Buddy done jumped line. He done went to the table. They call you at the table by your number.
Okay.
But ain't got no number.
I was about to say, so yeah, if he came late, he didn't have a number then. Okay.
Because I tell everybody, don't pay no attention to people without no numbers. That means if they gave me an excuse, it wasn't a good one. So don't worry about them if they ain't got no number. There's nobody I miss.
Right.
And Buddy just going to fit itself in. And I was like, dude, man, I ain't do nothing to disrespect. Dude, the fact that.
Well, was he with it? He said he was sitting with his girlfriend?
But couldn't find out it wasn't his girlfriend.
I was about to say, because if it was his girlfriend, couldn't she have given him some?
It wasn't his girlfriend.
Right.
Because she was like, because I know her. From coming there.
Okay.
And she was like, he ain't with me. Because when I told him he had to go, he was like, I ain't going nowhere. I'm staying with her. I said, dude, the mood I'm in right now, both of y'all leave. That would have taken to get y'all out of here. She said, I ain't going nowhere. You got to go, partner. Well, I'm going to wait outside. Nah, you're not going to wait outside. You're going to wait across the street. You know what I'm saying? Because you like the lie. You're going to make me work hard. This ain't a work hard event. This is supposed to be a feel-good event. I help people get stuff. They get some free food. They get ready for the holidays. It's a system, and you just going to come in here and
Trying to bogart the system.
You're just going to make me act out. I'm trying to have pure thoughts, but all my thoughts are now pure evil. I need you to leave. But it sat down and said, I ain't going nowhere.
Well, I know that set pretty well with you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Dude, you can either walk out on your own or we can have a YouTube moment. But I guarantee you're going to leave this church all together. So everybody get your cameras ready because it's finna be something. And if I'm going to get in trouble, I might as well be famous for this trouble. I don't even understand people. And he drunk. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to overlook the part that you're drunk. And then you lying on me, telling me what I did or didn't say. I'm like, come on now. So, that's how my day been going so far. Because more than anything, I needed a nap. I need to decompress. And I was like, man. And then this would be the first Wednesday we do this show. And I'm like, all right, I'm frustrated. But it's trying to make me act out. I'm trying to be a good guy and let that roll. But it ain't working. So,
hey, man, that's what happened when
I couldn't focus. But me and you done had several conversations about dating and what. You know what I need to do before I forget? Because I don't want nobody to be mad at me. Where Mike go? I'm finna go back here. Look at Mike. Mike got me scared because Mike won't smile. We're gonna make Mike smile before we get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Mike bigger than me, y'all, and y'all already know I'm small. So you the manager, right? I'm going to let y'all talk to Mike. The man, he going to tell you about 600 degrees pizza. I'm going to try some of it and tell y'all what y'all think. Hold on. I ain't never seen a pizza place with a
Yes, it's got a bar. You didn't
Oh,
see that on the...
Oh, this is my kind of pizza. Hold on. I'll be right back, Mike.
You didn't see that on the post?
I did, man. I missed that.
Yeah, they serve alcohol.
Okay, I don't even care about alcohol. They serve tequila. You know what I'm saying? My world revolves around tequila and gratuitous nudity. They got tequila and pizza. So we might have to have a after dark show here. But I'm going to let Mike tell you a little bit about 600 degrees pizza.
Okay. Appreciate that. 600 Degrees Pizza. We're located on 5415 Old National in the heart of College Park. We're also located at the West End location. They got a Six Flags location. Everything was created and originated by Ricky Fields. We call him Pretty Ricky back in the day. Now they call him Ricky Fontaine. He came up with the decor. He came up with the ambiance, the atmosphere. The pizza fresh, the dough fresh, the sauce fresh, everything freshly made on a daily basis. Like they said, also, we got a bar at the location, and we want to have one of them kind of environments where you can go to Applebee's or Chili's. That's the same thing. You can come with 600. You can bring the family out. You can bring the kids out. Or you might be leaving from work, need a slice of pizza. You might be leaving from the club, need a slice of pizza. Just left Bible study or church, you need a slice of pizza. It's the new alternative meal, 600 degrees. Come out and check us out one day.
Hey, Mike, now is this the only location with the bar, or do all of them have that?
This is the first location with a bar, and
okay.
Rick always working hard in the fields out there, open up location in March. He'll be opening up a fourth location as well, too, and so that'll be promoted in the first of the year.
Okay. Well, we got the Queens coming on afterwards, and they always talking about some drinking.
How long y'all been here?
Well, we only been here for 4 months at this particular location, and we've been doing pizza for 2 years come February.
Yeah, because when I came, you know, I'm asking him where it's at because I'm like, I know that side of the street, and he telling me it's next to the I'm like, that's the pop. I guess it ain't no more. But hey, all I know is they got tequila, and for my random callers who like to call in and start stuff and say stuff, they got tequila. So hey, I'm ready today. Oh man, that was kind of loud.
So what's on tap for the day, man?
You know, we touched on a little conversation a week or so ago, and it's still been bothering me because I've been getting feedback from it. I told you I was we tried an online dating site, and that's it's partly a social experiment too.
Okay.
So I get something from this lady with the 9 kids. Never been married.
Okay. So we understand. We know your thought process on that, but go ahead.
Nah, but I'm trying to keep open mind.
Right.
You've got 9 kids and you've never been married. But her claim to fame is she knows her worth. And
She knows who?
Her worth.
Oh, her worth. Okay.
And I ain't knocking nobody because we all think that we know our worth, but worth is like anything else. Your worth is whatever the market is willing to bear, not what you think it is because you're not paying for yourself. I mean, we all think we hundreds.
Right.
Denial is a hell of a drug.
Right.
The sooner you true it to yourself, the easier your life will become. I'm not a bad-looking dude, but I ain't the kind of guy who could just walk in anywhere and just pull in the woman I want. And I hear people saying this all the time. Oh, I know my worth. I know this. And I'm thinking, but you by yourself, right? Oh, because I don't want to settle. Okay, and we're going to use this woman, for example. You don't want to settle for a dude, but you wouldn't have 9 babies. So I'm just kind of trying to...
Wait, hold up. See, now I got a question. What is she considering settling for somebody? Because that's a whole squad that she coming along with as far as a package. I mean...
And I'm thinking that if you're going to have a baby with somebody, don't that kind of mean that you... I guess I look at it different, and maybe it's because I'm older. But I'm thinking... as a woman, and this is strictly, and I ain't never been a woman, but as a woman, if you're gonna have another man's baby, let's look at this from a realistic perspective. And, you know, and we'll be honest, we know that some women have babies just for the child support.
Wow, okay.
But let's just say you're grown and adult about it. If you're gonna have a baby with somebody, isn't it somebody that you consider having in your future? And how you make that mistake 9 times?
Well, I mean, you know, there would be... And I'm trying to help old girl out because there would be several questions.
Several?
I think yeah. There would be several. I mean,
No.
You say it because
This would be a TV show series of questions.
Yeah, the thing that stands out is that never been married.
Never.
So the next question is, how many fathers different do her children have?
Does it matter?
Yes, it does.
Why? If she had 9 kids by 1 dude, that's worse. If she had 9 kids by 9 dudes, that's worse. When you have 9 kids,
Well, that's the whole point.
so how many? I got 2 gentlemen over here, fellas. Let me ask y'all a question. If y'all met a woman who had 9 kids, how many fathers is acceptable for 9 kids? Does it matter if it's 1 dad or 9?
Well,
if she
no.
got 9
Say the whole thing. If she's never been married,
She's never been married. She got 9 kids. See what I'm saying?
yeah. But my whole point is
No,
and
dude.
you talk. No, listen. Let me say it because the next thing is you've got to have that conversation that you were talking about her worth. Because at worst case scenario, either one. I mean, because you had 9, you've never been married, and you
9.
make bad damn decisions.
9 kids. That's what I'm saying. So, Roy, what's the magic number? If she said she had 2 baby daddies, that means so you start
5
with a guy.
times that you made really bad decisions with 2 of the same people.
Roy, let's say anybody can have 1 baby, and that's a mistake
Any
because
twins?
no, they're all
Wow.
single babies. So you know, a woman can have a baby, and she think the guy Mr. Right, he turned to be Mr. Wrong. We'll give you that because you can have that in your 20s. I'll even give you that mistake a second time. You can't make that mistake 9 times. And if it's 1 dude that you had 9 babies with and y'all ain't married,
I mean, are they? Well, you know what? And when she says not married, the next question is, okay, if it's 1 guy, are you all cohabitating or are you common law?
Roy.
I would at least give her that.
Roy,
I mean,
we talking and I know you're trying to be on the good side, 9 babies, no marriage.
But I mean, no, because I know people who don't. I know some people personally who don't believe in marriage. They don't.
And I got
they
that.
don't want to get married.
But do they have 9 kids?
They got 9 kids, but I mean,
Okay,
they've got children with. But
right.
they've got children with. But they're not people. Just like they don't believe in marriage, they don't believe in a whole bunch of children.
I
either.
got that. But so, and the thing is, and you know, and I put it on Facebook, and I'm getting reasons that women have kids. And one woman put she wanted to have kids because kids will love her unconditionally. And I'm just thinking, where'd you get that from? Ain't you watch TV where kids kill their parents? Nobody has unconditional love anymore.
Menendez boys.
But you just want to have babies because the baby will love you unconditionally. But the baby gonna turn 6. At 6, he get to start making up his own mind.
yeah, they start getting angry with you at that point.
And at some point, you damage your kids because let's take worst case scenario. Let's say the kids got 9 different daddies. That mean they all got a different last name. So every time they go somewhere, they got to fight because your dad ain't his dad, ain't his dad, ain't his dad, ain't her daddy. So they gonna grow up in the system because they fighting every other week. So
That's deep, dog.
You know,
that's 9 babies.
and then somebody say, you know, his sister has 6 kids and never been married, but she can afford them. I'm like, it's not even about affordability. It's about your children. Children can't be in a household where everybody got a different last name and they got to go to school. That's like when people name their kids these dumb names. You know, you naming your kid, I stole at Kmart but didn't get caught, Johnson. Why you, what the? I want him to be original. Really? My granddaddy used to be a car washer, Williams. Why you name your kid my granddaddy used to be a car washer? I mean, where does all this coming from? Well, I want to be original. You destine your kids to a life of crime. They either got to be the world's greatest athlete or a criminal. I mean, them the only choices with names like that. Because they're not going to get a job on the news. Coca-Cola not going to hire them. IBM not going to hire them. So when you make a decision as a woman, and it's a woman's prerogative to choose who going to have this baby, 9 babies, Roy, and then you trying to tell me what you won't settle for, and I'm thinking you won't settle for going to Walgreens and buying some condoms. At some point, somebody had to have a safe conversation with her. It's not my conversation to have because I can't have a serious conversation with her because I'm just looking at the profile that says 9 kids, never married.
I mean, so
Ask me, no. Go ahead. Ask me a trick question. Ask me how many living at home.
I'm not even gonna go there. I'm assuming to say she didn't get a date.
Ask me how many of them living at home. No, but you know it's on the thing to tell you how many kids living at home.
Okay, yeah. You sound like you're on POF.
No, this was BPM.
Oh, okay. Well, BPM. Wow, well, that in itself. But okay, how many of them live at home?
8.
Well, wait a minute. How old is she?
43.
And 8 of them live at home. Okay, yeah, those are some things because I figure she 43. She's same age, about the same age I am. I got my two that are under 18. That if I started at 26.
Mm-hmm.
So my daughter's 18 now.
Mm-hmm.
My son is 15.
Mm-hmm.
So if you
you
talk about 6 more,
mm-hmm.
we give it a bit of it. I say 6 more up under that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that means she was
Mm-hmm.
popping them out, waited them 3 months, and was pregnant again.
Or
A few times.
yeah, I mean, and I don't even see how the question of who her father, I mean, how many baby daddies is. I don't even see where that's relevant because
At this point it's not.
There's no acceptable number.
Yeah, there's not.
Because you make a mistake repeatedly.
Well, and you know what? This is my opinion on this is as I call it, my theory on mistakes. We make mistakes twice, maybe 3 times. After that, it's a choice.
No, at 3 times it's a choice.
Well, that's why I said
the first time it's a mistake. The second time you just didn't remember your first mistake.
that's why I say because you don't remember. I give you the 3rd time. You may have been bamboozled. You may have been when it comes to relationships. You may have been sold a bill of goods that you bought into because you wanted to believe somebody. But yeah, that's
And like I say, that worked when you were in your 20s. It worked when you hit your early 30s if you had a sheltered childhood. At 32, it don't work no more. You can't keep getting bamboozled because 32, 34, I mean, you having kids just because even if you got Oprah Winfrey money, you just having kids by different dudes.
I mean, why
So-
would you? The question is, why would you do that? I guess.
But that's what I'm saying. I mean, some women have said they posted, they did it because they wanted a kid's love, because it's unconditional, and a baby's love is unconditional. But your 16-year-old kid love watch TV. It's not unconditional anymore. They can make choices just like men do. If they don't like it, you know, you can't unclaim your mother, but you don't have to love. I mean, it's obvious. I mean, you know, it's hard. It's a hard concept for us to understand not loving your mother. But when you look at the Menendez boys, when you look
Right.
at the kid in South Georgia that shot his grandparents, obviously, you know, whether it's a gene or what, that love is not forever.
Well, let's go ahead and give the number out. If you guys want to call in, the number is 678-701-3738. That is 678-701-3738. We are again live from 600 Degrees Pizza right here on Old National.
Oh,
That is
Nadell.
5415 Old National Highway. So,
Yeah, so that was just bothering me. I'm like, 9, and how can anybody justify 9 kids and no marriage? I mean, even the dude that was on the show that told me he had the 20-something kids. Okay.
oh, was that the
Fix My
Your
Life? And I mean,
Fix Your
I
Life
never
thing?
saw it because I just don't watch the show. But, you know, like, dude, am I breaking something?
That's the speaker you kicked over down
Oh.
there.
Shit, I'm tearing up stuff. But, you know, women claim to be smarter than us quicker. So at some point, 9 kids, and none of the fathers were marriable, but they were.
Well, I mean, see, now that to me, that's the issue because I'm not gonna have. You know, we done talked about some of this other stuff. I'm not even gonna, and this is just me. I'm not even gonna be intimate with somebody that I couldn't see being in a relationship with because of the fact that I'm not trying to be, just in case something do happen. You know, condoms break, you know, whatever. Something. And if you mess around and have a child with somebody, I need to know that you are normal to a certain extent. So,
Okay. And we had this conversation, well, not me and you, but I told somebody, you know, they was like, why you always like crazy women? Well, truth be told, all women are crazy. There's just different degrees. My mom is crazy. My daughters are crazy. All women are crazy. It's just what level of crazy you can put up with.
yeah.
That's it. Y'all can think what y'all want to about guys, but as a man who dates women, all women are crazy. They're just different degrees. But this whole knowing your worth thing, I mean, it's like I said, you know, I met this woman and she was like, yeah, well, you know, we had a conversation and all of a sudden she wanted me to take her to this fine dining place. Well, to me, Burger King is fine dining. So it's Subway. I don't know you to be spending a lot of money on you, but she want to go to Sundial. Sundial is somebody I've said I love you to multiple times and meant it. I'm not finna take a first date to
You know where
Sundial.
Sundial is? Okay. What's your name again? Tiara. Tiara's one of the servers here. So
Oh, is she?
yeah, we're gonna get Tiara to talk.
Hey,
And
Tiara.
She said she was excited. She ready. She want to talk. So we're gonna get Tiara on the mic.
Oh, she said she don't want to talk.
No,
or
she does. She said she did want to.
Tiara. Come on.
She got a lot to say, Mike.
Come on. You know, hey, when a customer come in, I'm going to tell Mike you was over here helping us out. Come on over here, Tiara. All right, did they tell you about the host?
No.
Okay, the host is a flirt, so accept that part up front. I like the flirt. All right, let me see your hands for a second. Hold on. Okay, so me and Tiara holding hands. I don't know what we're going to talk about yet because, you know, she's hand-holdable. Did you hear the first part of the conversation about the woman with the 9 kids?
No.
Okay, I was on a dating site. And this woman with 9 kids who's never been married was trying to explain to me she knows her worth. Does having 9 kids, never been married, does that make any sense to you? How old are you?
I'm 22.
Okay, so she's young. She's the new breed. 9 kids, never been married. Does that even, hold on, let me get you, is this
You
one
wanna
on?
give it a bite? Yep, go ahead.
Tiara's radio preview. Go ahead, you live.
Hey, everybody.
She's so silly. So what do you think about a woman with 9 kids, never been married?
And she 43 and 8 of them live at home.
8 of them living at home, so some of these kids are still.
So that mean they babies. Some of them
it
babies.
mean they under 16.
She's hot.
Y'all should see. She kind of
She's
said it
either
was-
really cute with some good stuff, or She just has
But-
nothing else to do.
But that don't even mean that. If you got and this is my thing, and I'm non-judgmental about a lot of things. But if I meet a woman who is, I don't care how old you are, you got 9 kids, you ain't never been married. To me, you're a one-night stand at best. Well, maybe a 2-night stand at best. But there's no future in this because you got 8 little kids.
or she could be setting people up.
But set them up for what?
I don't know.
Yeah, child support. Child
Right,
support is a
and I
real
say,
thing.
you know, and I'm trying to stay away from that realm because we do know realistic that women do have children just for the child support.
Right, and then after 8 kids, the government take care of them.
And I think it's more than that where you automatically get it.
After
'Cause
what?
after you have a certain amount of kids, you automatically get WIC
Qualify
and
for
child.
everything.
You automatically get it.
Really?
Yeah.
Section
And-
8, you skip the line.
And I'm
everything.
gonna tell you how I found this out. You know who knows this more than anybody else? White people.
Oh, okay.
and Mexicans.
A lot of big families get that automatic support. It's automatic. There's no questions asked. Once you have X amount of kids, it's a crazy
Wow,
thing
see,
going.
that is news to me. I've never heard that before.
Most big black families don't know it.
Wow. Okay.
But I found out from a white family in Alpharetta. When I served some papers one time, they're like, "Oh yeah, we fine. We get this." I'm thinking, "Well, y'all already well off, and then y'all get free food." Wow.
oh, so it doesn't income or nothing matters?
No, nothing matters. Once you hit the magic number, the government will give you assistance.
Is that just Georgia or that's a
I-
Georgia thing?
I don't think it's a Georgia thing. I think it's a governmental thing.
Wow, that's news to me. So
Yeah, but if you got 8, 9 kids and you trying to holler at me talking about you know your worth, I mean I'm gonna look at you and be like, yeah, she cute, but this is strictly a hit it and quit it move because, and I love kids. Lord knows I love kids. My mama swear I won't date anybody who ain't got kids. You got kids?
No kids.
See, so I can only flirt with Terry. She ain't got no kids yet, so she doesn't fit my description.
You want to take care of some kids. You want to play stepdaddy.
I just like kids, and a woman with kids is less likely to want to have kids. Do you need to go work right quick? Don't be trying to get me in trouble now.
You get me in trouble.
I'm just saying, Mike bigger than me. I
Mike bigger than him.
don't want no trouble out of Mike. You know he already don't smile. So
We good.
You good? All right, now call. If Mike come over here swinging, I'm gonna run with the microphone screaming like a girl. So, and she was like, and her thing was, oh, I know my worth. I ain't got to settle for this. And I'm thinking, you got 9 kids. Your worth ain't a condom. I mean, what do condoms cost? $2 if you get them, if you buy them one at a time from a little quick trip. If you buy the pack, they're a whole lot cheaper. But you got 9 kids, you ain't never thought of condoms.
But why would you mess with a woman with 9 kids?
Well, that was my thing.
Why would you even want to hit it and quit it?
Well, because I already know she like giving it up.
No.
I mean, and that's it.
I'm with you.
No, I'm saying.
No.
Don't get me wrong.
You need to know your worth.
No, and I'm saying, and so what you miss on a dude level, yes. As a man, no. But when you got, some guys will do anything. And if I were to see you like giving it up and you ain't even trying, you got all these kids, well, I might as well get some too. So when you start talking about your worth and you want me to take you to this fine dining restaurant, and I'm thinking, did the fine dining get all this? Because maybe we need to go to Crystal's. Maybe you don't need no more fine dining.
I like Crystal's.
You know what I'm saying? I do too. I just told him I did fine dining. If I take you to Burger King, that mean I like you. Because it's a first date. It's a first date. I'm not finna spend $50 on the first date. I don't know if I like you. You got soft hands. You look cute there. But that don't mean I want to be with you 3 months from now.
But the sundial costs way more than $50. So it gotta be her stuff gotta be like exceptional.
I
It
don't care
has
how
to be
good-
like Buzz Lightyear.
I don't care how good it is. If we go to Sundial, I done said I love you quite a few times, and I mean it every single time. Right. I'm thinking, if we go to Sundial, you got a key to my house. You can come and go as you please. Because at Sundial, you.
That's a relationship.
No. We
That's more than a relationship.
If you go,
okay.
no, if we go to Sundial, we engage. We pass the relationship. There's no. Hey, we at the point of no return.
You ever been to Ocean Air?
Who?
Ocean Air. You know what Ocean Air is? Okay, well, I'm trying. See, I don't know. I never heard of Sundial, so I don't know.
It's the restaurant downtown.
It sits on top of the hotel
and
and
it
spins around.
Never been there.
Yeah, it spins around, so you the whole
Get a
time
view
you
of the whole city.
Yeah, because it's spinning around.
Okay.
It's uber expensive. Uber.
Okay.
Uber.
What a plate? What one meal cost?
Okay, no, forget a meal. A glass of water, that they typically give you is $3. The glass of water.
Oh, that's funny.
Not the bottle of.
Not the vase bottle.
A glass
they
of
just
water.
took the vase water and poured it in the glass for you.
But I think
okay.
a client took me there and I got a Caesar salad. I think it was $15. And you know when you eat at these super expensive restaurants, you don't get enough to get full.
To get full, right?
So I mean, I got like a cat bowl of Caesar salad with like 4 pieces of lettuce in it, 2 drops of
croutons.
Caesar salad dressing, and a crouton.
Okay.
That was $15.
All right, so you probably talk about a $1.24 for regular meal with 2 people.
She talking 200. If
200 easy.
you looking at 200. So
She got to go put some things down.
Drinks.
Say that again.
I have to go and make drinks.
that's right, because they serve drinks up in here.
Yeah.
This might end up being one of my favorite spots. Are y'all 24 hours? I mean, so
No,
like
they're
if
not 24 hours.
If I leave work, can I come here and get, or calm me down? I see 2 gentlemen and a lady. I'm finna walk over to them. I wonder if they know they on radio. Maybe they won't
If
see
they
this.
didn't, they do
Hey,
now.
Maybe they won't see this microphone in my hand and know they're being targeted. Shh.
We ask.
I'm
well,
hunting
we
the
gotta,
West.
you know, I want to get some more views and maybe see if some of the guys have a different view.
How y'all
and then
doing?
See what the lady said.
Do y'all mind being on the radio? Good deal. Okay. Are you? We got
He said
a
he's
rap
what?
here. I check.
You a rapper from St. Louis? Oh, okay. What's your name? Mello.
Come on, Mello.
So
Let me
get
get
the mic
down
down.
here
You
right
sitting
quick.
over there. Gotta get. We got people in the house. What part of St. Louis you from?
If he's a rapper, we got to get a couple of quick bars now.
Oh,
'Cause every rap should be able to perform on demand. So,
So you're from Ferguson. That's actually what I was going to ask you. Are you from that area?
that's my next. So we're gonna switch subjects. And after we get a few bars, I just need to see. I need to see if he's legit. So you ready to give me a couple of bars?
I'm actually working with a group out of Ferguson where we're doing updates on what's actually going on there still.
Do I need to give you a subject? That's cheating if I can't give you a subject to freestyle on. You might have something that you just keep in your back pocket.
All right. So let's drop it. We got Mello going to give us.
Probably like a verse that I already done had wrote or something.
I know, but you're supposed to just be able to give me something if I give you a subject.
Let him do what he gonna do, man. Let's let
give me a
Mello
little
drop a
something.
few bars.
Give me a little something.
So you don't put me on the spot.
Of course I put you on the spot. That's what radio is. You know what I'm saying? You're a performer.
So,
Got to always be ready, homie.
Hey, let the church say amen.
I tell you what, I'm gonna give me a little bite to eat. Once I give you something to eat, feed my brain, I'm gonna give you something real good, I promise.
So what he said is he's a starving artist. That's what he just told me. He's a starving artist.
And that's your dude that you walked in and throwing you under the bus, man. He like, yo.
Hey, I know he couldn't think I was gonna make this easy for him. I mean,
Yes.
I snuck over here with a microphone
Well,
in
wait a
my
minute.
hand.
So are you a manager? Are you? You're not the manager?
She,
The first lady said, okay.
She's just a pretty lady with a cell phone taking pictures.
Well, Rick, there it is. So, well, I'm going to assume you know Rick. I'm going to assume you know Rick then. When you said first lady, that's what I was getting at. So, we got to go talk to her too. So,
Oh yeah, we gonna work the room. Mike said Mike said he had talent, but he didn't tell me he had to eat first.
See, I'm a truck driver and a barber too. I'm doing the truck driver thing now. I'm a barber on the weekend when I do my rapper thing, so I wasn't expecting to get put on the spot.
So you could cut my hand and give me some lyrics at the same time. Well, I thought you cut his hair because I just got my fresh curling set, so I'm just doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm already in. I'm gonna walk. See, you got a drink now. That's all you should really need. What about you, Chief? He your security guard when you in the truck.
Right. He's security.
Hold on, what y'all got in the truck now? Do I need to call my friends? I mean, y'all got stereos or TVs or what? I mean, what I'm saying, don't let just because I got a job, don't let it fool you. I'm not above a hookup. You know what I'm saying? See, I'm just saying, y'all got TVs or what y'all got in the truck now? Oh nah, I'm from Bankhead. Shingles ain't no good.
Shingles. I know somebody in construction, buddy. I know somebody in construction now.
All right, so what do you do before I get to the first lady?
No, I just drive. I've been driving 25 years. I'm just a driver.
You drive the truck and listen to him rap? Why? After he done ate, of course.
Right. You gotta eat first. I just pretty much just drive. We run team. That's about it.
Okay.
Nah, that's what's up.
So you from Missouri too? Are you from Missouri too? Yeah. Okay.
Let me go over here to the first lady so we can get another quick update. Is she shaking her head at me for real?
She like, right now
Hold
she's
on.
like,
Hold on.
no.
Now, hold on. There's no such thing as a starving owner.
Right.
So
Okay.
give us a little scoop about 600 degrees then, because, you know, I like pizza and I like tequila. So I'm thinking pizza and tequila at the same time. No. Mike already got
did,
Mike. Mike done already did his part.
That's my boss. That's my boss. When
see-
my boss say come, I gotta come.
See, we want to hear the boss's boss.
Well, you know what? Now, see, I'm gonna tell you. I don't know how long you're gonna be here. We have another show after him, after this one, where we do ladies. It's called A Queen's Eye View. They really don't like to let dudes talk.
Yeah.
So you gonna have to say something at that.
Yeah, they make me leave and call in because they won't let me say purpose. So
Let me say this for her then. She's the type of queen that has an educated finger. So many times people can tell people what to do, but they can't instruct people on how to be successful in life. And so that's her gift in life. She's made all us successful at 600 degrees by putting this team of people together with Ricky Fields, and we open up 3 locations. And before the end of this lifetime, we'll have 159 stores because of this beautiful lady right here.
Blood out.
okay, well hold on, rub my hand. Maybe I have a radio station. Yeah, maybe it's contagious. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
that'll rub.
So, come on, tell us something about what? Come on, get us in there.
Like I say, 600 Degrees is the best pizza place in Atlanta, Georgia right now. If you want New York style, you come to 600 Degrees Pizza.
Okay, and you're not from here, right? No. And just because we're a little this College Park, now sometimes we don't want to be Atlanta, so say y'all got the best in College Park, too.
We have the best in College Park, too.
You know, College Park, we're a little special out here sometimes. We don't want to be associated with Atlanta or East Point.
First lady, where are you from?
St. Louis, Missouri.
Oh, so you're all from St. Louis? Okay.
Yeah, I've been here since 2007, though.
Okay, I have a really good friend of mine went to Florida A&M with me who was from St. Louis. Passed away a couple of years ago. His name Cliff Reed, but that was my boy.
Hey, man, it was a girl that broke my heart in 11th grade. She was from St. Louis. Ever since then, I ain't cared for them golden arches. Her name was Tony Miles. I ain't never forgot her.
Wow, he really remembered that.
I met on the Junior Achievement Conference. No, I take it back. I met her on a bus, on a Greyhound bus. We wrote letters. Huh? I'm just saying, Tony Miles broke my heart. If you listen to Tony Miles, because I can't find you on Facebook, I ain't never got over the heartbreak. I'm just letting you know. I remember your whole name. And in my little book at the house, I still got your address. Wow. I'm just saying. Nah, I ain't gonna go look for her. Well, you know, it's been a few years. She might be bigger than me now. You know, years.
Hey, ask them the question that we discussed about your situation.
But check this out. I was doing a little dating site thing because I was trying to find me a date once upon a time. And this lady sent me something. When I looked at her profile, this is what it said. Keep an open mind now, because I'm an open-minded guy. I don't try to judge nobody. She's 43, attractive, single, never married, 9 kids.
Oh my God, the facial expressions are priceless.
and 8 of them still at home. And her thing to me, because, you know, she sent me a couple of messages and like, okay, you know what, we can meet. You know, my thing is for a first date. Yeah, that was my thing, but we're going to get to that. My thing, you know, for a first date, I like to go like to the park, do something simple, because I ain't trying to spend no money on somebody I don't like. Let's see if we get to like each other. We're not finna go to sundown. Let's do something, you know, park, walk and talk, get a little something to drink, and, you know, go from there. See if the vibe is there, then we can plan a real date. She's like, I like fine dining. I'm thinking, Lynn, you should like condoms. But I ain't say that out loud because I was just thinking and I was like, you know, let me just go on and block this. I'm like, how do you have 9 kids? You know your worth. You 43, never been married. How do you have, and you know, Roy wanted me to ask her how many babies dad. And I'm like, Roy, what's a good number? Whether you got 1 baby dad or 9.
It really wasn't. I was just curious.
So,
I'm like, at 9 kids,
first lady,
like, wow.
tell me your take on that. I mean, if you had a friend who had 9 babies and 8 of them still at the home, could you actually introduce her to any of your friends as a good woman?
Yeah, no, 8 of them still at home.
I couldn't. It's something wrong with that situation. I mean, I can't figure it out. I know she didn't figure it out, though.
No, she ain't, because she still ain't been to Walgreens and got protection or the patch or whatever.
If it was your friend, let me ask this, because I want to ask it later. If it was your friend, and say y'all have been friends, you know, from a long time, at what
all
number?
9 babies.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. At what number do you go to your girl and say something?
3.
Especially if they got 3 different daddies.
Exactly. And remember I said,
get a mic, D.
But see, my thing was, I can accept 2 from anybody, because 1, you can make a mistake in your 20s. Exactly.
3 is okay.
Yeah, and 2, you might have made a second mistake because you thought.
Exactly.
3 is pushing, but anything more than 3, and you ain't never been married. If you've been married, the numbers change again. But if you ain't never been married, you got, to me, if you ain't never married, I'm 49. If you ain't never married and you got 2 kids and you ain't got no, especially if they babies, that means you making grown folk mistake. When you 20, what you do? Right, what you did from 16 to 25, I ain't even holding that against you. Because that's when you in your foolish years and, you know, guys lying to you and whatever. I get that. Right, so if you had 8 of them kids between 16 and 25, they all grown now. You 43, 8 of your kids are still kids for real. Yeah. Yeah, and you know your worth. I'm thinking, you know, I mean.
Maybe she was the only child and wanted more kids. Maybe she just wanted to be loved. You know how some, like my grandma's the only child. My grandma's the only child. She had 8 girls and 2 boys. So it's like, you know, maybe she just wanted a big happy family. And you know,
was your grandma married to your granddaddy? Yes. Okay, see, don't count this. That's what I'm saying.
So you disqualified them already.
If we married and we had kids, I'm cool with that. But how do you? Would you have 4 kids with somebody who you couldn't marry? And ain't none of these kids
not couldn't marry. No,
or
not
twins.
couldn't marry. Not couldn't marry at that point. Wouldn't marry, because that's a choice.
No, but the thing is why did none of these?
it happens for a reason, though. We don't know the reason why she's not married with 9 kids.
Yeah, we do know the reason she's not married, because she got 9 kids. we know the reason. We know.
You have some men that'll come in and be that man to those 9 kids.
I bet.
No, you not the man.
And and I know some good brothers. Ain't no brother walking into 9 kids and say, I'm a, like I say.
It might be.
Well, you're right.
No,
Mike.
Only son. He might want to be loved.
Okay, I love. My mom would tell you, I will only date women who got kids. I don't know why, but if you ain't got no kids, what a little servant I was flirting with. She ain't got no kids. She lost a bunch of cute points. You gotta have kids with me. I like kids. I mean, it give me.
How many do you have?
12. But I mean, I only got
let
2
let him quantify.
I only got 2 biological.
Now he go up for shock value.
I got 2 biological, and that's why I tell people the greatest thing for a black man is for a child to walk up to you and say, "Would you be my daddy?" Because most kids don't want a daddy. Yeah. So these other kids, they was like, "Hey, you know, we like you. Could you be my dad?" I'm like, "Hey, as long as you bring your report cards to me, you know, if you do something bad, I'm beating you. I don't care what nobody say." And you know, all of them grown now, but they still send me Father's Day cards. We go through this. But I only got 2 genetically, you know, the Uncle Sam gonna hold me responsible for. But I claim all 12 of mine. They call me dad, I call them mine. We don't use the heinous step or half word because I just hate those. That's just, there's no such thing as step love or step grandmama, so I ain't never understood that word. But if she got 9 kids, the only thing I can do is wave to her. I can give her that Miss America wave. That's all I can do. She can't even be a one-night stand because once she's too fertile, 2, that stuff is contagious. So I'm just like, how do you have 9? Really? Hold on. Really? Hold on.
I'm sitting to my friend. He got 12 kids.
Is he married?
No, she's not married.
Oh,
is she cute?
Wait a minute.
Hold on now. Is she cute?
Okay, see.
Hold on, is she cute? Hold on, is she cute personality? Cause see, I'm shallow. I ain't trying. I'm funding myself. I don't need a. Hold on.
Let him pose.
This is so
if your friend have been to any of the major clubs, she probably done seen him because he actually does security.
How old is she?
43.
You got a picture of her? You know what I'm saying? Hey, don't give me this one. Yeah, tell her to send you a picture.
Does she like Jedi or Sith?
Hold on, she got kids? Okay. Okay, don't matter. As long as she got kids.
There, you heard me?
Hey, I love kids. It's somebody to beat up, somebody to play sports with, somebody to find a remote control when I lose it. Y'all got kids? Ain't as a man, see, women don't understand this. As a man, it's your job to beat the kids up, to make them tough for life, right? It's their job to find a remote control. That's what they there for. I mean,
that's it.
See, I got 2. Tell the truth. When the remote go dead, you will sit there and keep trying for you change the TV with your hand, won't you? Right. Most of us don't even know how to change it with our hand because we ain't figured that part out.
Oh, what? Most kids nowadays don't even know it's a button on the TV to change the channel.
Yeah. We'll change the remote out. We'll keep flipping them same dead batteries over and over and over again before we get up and manually turn that TV.
Now, here it is. Got the remote in your hand, hitting it.
Then you call the kids. You be like, "Hey, turn TV to Sports Center." They be like, "You ain't me come inside for that?" Yeah. You not paying rent, so you might as well do something. Turn the TV to Sports Center and shut up. That's what dads do. See, mothers are there for all the mushy stuff, the hugging and baby, it's gonna be okay. Daddy say get up. Mama's, yeah, but not like, but you didn't beat him up. Not like us. You probably hit him a couple times. He like, oh, that's my mom. I'm gonna fall down. See, you
Did
missed
she say hangers? She said hangers?
Hold on. Let me. Hey, it's like mommy dearest.
Boom. Right.
Not the wire hangers. Not the wire. Yes,
Right.
now she just kid.
Hey, she kid because everybody know who she is.
Hey, she started kidding when the defense guy walked in. Now she kid. I'm just playing. Uh-huh.
Yeah, they will.
Because I tell my mom all the time I'm calling defects on her every
I'ma
time
be-
she do something. I'll be like,
I'ma
Mom,
be
can I
mine.
get something to eat? She be like, you 40 something? I'm like, what that mean? I'm still your child. I'm still hungry. What grown people, how old are you, Chief? You hungry? See, grown people
he
get
keep
hungry too.
rapping to
My age has nothing to do with it, and I'm still her son. And when she do, say, this is my baby. So if you going to call me your baby, when I say I'm hungry, I got defects on speed dial because you are not feeding your baby. They don't say nothing about how old is the baby. You said, yeah, babies get hungry. And I'm an old baby, so I get extra hungry quicker, and I don't want no more. I want,
Well, Miss First Lady, we're gonna.
Yeah, I bought her a pair of shoes. She might, you know what I'm saying?
Let's do this. We're gonna give out.
I could have got a Whopper, but no, I bought her a pair of shoes. You know how many Whoppers I could have got for them pair of shoes I bought? No, they got Whoppers 2 for $5. Her shoes cost $75. I'm saying just doing the quick math. What's that? 13 Big Mac sets. I could have Whoppers. I could have. Just saying. So you 25, right? 27. You meet the one with 9 kids. What you telling them? For real? Bye. She looked like Halle Berry. See what I'm saying? At that point, looks don't even matter. She got Oprah money. She got Oprah money. Oprah Winfrey money.
Now, see, that's a different story. You ain't quantified the dollars now. You know that's.
Oprah Winfrey, we can work things out.
There you go.
The first lady finna leave her husband.
Like, that's a different situation.
You know what? Hey man, I'm finna move away from. I ain't even playing with her no more. Oh, let me know when your friends send the picture now.
Well, let's do this. We're gonna D. Let's take a break. So. Oh wow,
Okay,
that is so
all right,
funny.
That's how the fight started.
And we're gonna.
That's
but
how
you
the
know
fight.
what? We're gonna tell the joke of why the show is called Random Thoughts with DVP. The link, if you want to send it to your friends so they can actually tune in, they can check us out at myjbn.com/talk.
That's too much. You're gonna have to write that down.
We will. So, but I'll let you know so we can get it in there. So we're gonna go ahead and let's take the break.
Take a break so I can fight with the first lady who called me Peter.
Yeah, we'll be back. We'll give the phone number out when we come back.
Yeah, we'll
so
be back.
people can call in.
Some of us will be back. Not all of us. Some of us will be back after the break.
Just give me the light. Just give me the light. Turn up all. Yo, yo. Just give me the light and pass the joe. What's another buckle of more? Yeah, let me know my sights and I got to know which one is gonna catch my flow. Cause I'm in the vibes and I got my dough. What's another buckle of more? Yeah, them looking hype and I got to know. Could I be your protector? You're buff in every sector. Every man around them want on your inspector. But you know let them threaten, I grill you with no lecture. But them for a drill, not them fuel injector. And them are infector, disease collector. Now for them I go on like them want come wreck ya. Don't know the parts where you got in your center. But you know you not let them guy they affect you, yo, girl. Just give me the light and pass the joe. What's another buckle of more? Yeah, let me know my sights and I got to know which one is gonna catch my flow. Come in at the vibes and I got my dough. What's another buckle of more? Girl, I'm looking up and I got to know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. Situation getting really live again. Tell them what be young out with the players and the riders them beside of them. And them say them tired that the liars them. Fires and connivers them when they forget inside of them. They kind of them, especially the money out of them. Watch it, girl, but them a try to make a bride of them denied again. Some of them a move like a Spider-Man. Tell them say them now home wide again. Yo, just give me the light and pass the joe. What's another buckle of more? Yeah, let me know my sides and I got to know which one is gonna catch my flow. Cause I'm in the vibes and I got my dough. What's another buckle of more? Yeah, I'm looking hype and I got to know Could I be your protector? You're buffing every sector. Every man around want on your inspector. You know let them spend in a grill you with no lecture. But them power chill now, them fuel injector. Them a inspector, disease collector. Now for them a go on like them walk on wreck ya. Don't know the part where you got in your center. But you know you now make them guy they come affect ya. Yo, just give me the light and pass the joe. What's another buckle of more? Yeah, let me know my sides and I got to know which one is gonna catch my flow. Cause I got the vibes and I got my dough. What's another buckle of more? Yeah, them looking hype and I got to know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. Situation getting really live again. Tell them off hang out with the players and the riders them beside of them. And them say them tired of the liars them. Fires and connivers them we never get inside of them. They kind of them, especially the money out of them. Watch you girl, but them a try to make a ride of them denied again. Some of them a move like a Spider-Man. Tell them say them now open wide again. Yo, just give me the light and pass the joe. What's another buckle of more? Yeah, let me know my sights and I got to know which one is gonna catch my flow. Cause I'm in the vibes and I got the dough. What's another buckle of more? Yeah, them looking hype and I got to know. Yo, well, just give me the light and pass the joe. What's another buckle of more? Yeah, let me know my sights and I got to know which one is gonna catch my flow. Cause I'm in the vibes and I got my dough. What's another buckle of more? Yeah, them looking hype and I got to know.
Galaxies that came out. That's all. All right, we back, and you know, with the comedy group, the server want the lady with the 9 ladies, the first lady, everybody going for the, and she said I should date the lady with the 9 babies because I would never be hungry. Look at me, do I look like I eat a lot?
You said you'd never be hungry. Is that what you said?
Eat make you sleepy. I sleep enough. Somebody got to work. And obviously with them 9 kids, she's not doing, well, not real work. She's not.
Let's go ahead and get the phone number out.
Oh yeah, let's get the phone. 678-701-3738.
Go ahead, dog. You finally got it.
I should get a raise.
You finally remembered the phone number.
I don't remember what day it is, though, but hey, man, one step at a time, one step at a time. All right, so what else, man?
Yeah, what other random thoughts do you have?
I ain't dealing with this lady with these 9 kids
anymore. Wait, we gotta tell everybody the story. We told the first lady the story about why the show is called Random Thoughts with DVP. So for those people that are listening, because she made the comment that DVP looks like Peter.
No, she made the fighting. Those are fighting words. Those are not comments.
Right. So the funny part about it is his Facebook name is Darren versus Peter, because everybody kept mistaking him for Peter. And you know he big time, and he be trying to front and stuff, but he is at all of the major events.
Whatever.
Out with all the people, so he's in the places where celebrities are. So people kept assuming that he was Peter, and they were together. And it was funny when I actually finally met Peter, because I actually didn't know who Peter was when we first met.
Well,
I don't watch whatchamacallit, so yeah, and it was just like, you do look like Darren.
Yeah, people kept saying you look like Peter. I'm like, who is Peter? I know Peter Pan. I know Peter O'Toole. Who is Peter? But I'm saying, people like you look like Peter. I'm like, who is Peter? And then they was like, you got to watch this show, Real Housewives of Atlanta. And in my world, no real man should ever watch that show unless it's part of a negotiated settlement with his woman. He'll watch Real Housewives of Atlanta if she watch some totally dude show. So anyway, I watched this show to see who this guy is that everybody's saying I'm look like. Because everybody I'm out in the street and people like, hey, Peter, what's going on? I'm thinking, who are you talking to, dude? Hey, Peter, how's the bar going? I'm like, dude, what bar? You know what I'm saying? And I'm getting this, and it's becoming a regular thing. So I'm like, let me watch this little stupid show so I can see who this Peter guy is, because I need to know. And I did my little research. I don't know if y'all know, but Peter ain't got the best of credit. There are people who want to fight Peter. And that was my first real experience, because the dude walked up to me and said, man, you owe me some money. I was like, dude, I don't even know you. And he said, Peter. I was like, dude, listen to my accent. I'm from Bankhead. I don't know what this money thing is, but I will fight you if you kill in my face. Listen to my accent. I'm from Grady, as in the hospital, not from another island. Man, you look just like they do over somewhere. I say, hey, dude, well, listen to my accent, though. You know what I'm saying? I say ain't, I say grits, and I say I'm going to get you. You know what I'm saying? Those are not Jamaican words. So back on up. So, you know, I watch the show, and I see the dude, I'm thinking, I don't look like him. You know, he got a little bit of beard. He got a little bit of mustache. Hold on now. This... And the crazy thing is, I'm at Phillips Plaza one day, and I'm gonna use my little girlfriend over here. Okay, that's fine. But
Wow.
I'm using this for this scenario. I walk in, and some of my friends are having a birthday party, and I hate to go to public events because once the Peter phenomenon started, I couldn't go nowhere and be safe because everybody want to say Peter. Can we take a picture? And I'm like, no, because I'm not Peter, and no man wants to be another man unless it involves you giving me money. Now, if you're gonna give me money, I'll be whoever. I'll be Houdini for money. So I'm getting ready to walk over to my little friend's party, and I walk into this couple, and they sitting like y'all sitting. The man got his arms around the lady. The lady stops me, and she grabs me. Okay, I'm gonna be the lady, you be me. She said, Peter, I love you. And this is what she started doing. And I'm thinking, and it's right around her, right? And she just like, oh, I love your show. And I'm trying to grab my hand back, but she got a grip on me like you wouldn't believe. And she's like, your show is just the best, and your wife, she's so pretty. And I'm thinking, can I have my hand back? Because I'm panicking. Because, you know, she's not dark like us. She's a good credit woman, so I don't want to snatch and, you know, leave a bruise because I could go to jail. I could go to jail. So, you know, y'all, I'm trying to be politically correct. And for like 5 or 6 minutes, this is all she's doing. I made a fist. She's, you know, she made my hand on back, and she making me grip her breast. I mean, tight. And I'm like, lady, stop. You know what I'm saying? It's a dude behind you who's bigger than me. I'm not trying to fight over something I don't even want to be doing. Don't be getting excited now. My mama told me to watch out for women who was after my body. I can feel your heart beating. I can feel your pulse right here. No, but your pulse racing. You better stop now. See what I'm saying? This is why I don't do live shows, because these new women, they so fast these days. Oh, I'm sorry, the co-hosts are fast. And that's how the whole Peter thing got started. I'm in Oakland, one of my friends texting me because I won't speak to her. She's like, I just saw you at the supermarket. You could have spoke. I was like, I'm in Oakland. I ain't at no supermarket. She saw the real Peter, and when she spoke to him, he wouldn't speak. But right. She cussed me out for it. Who's Darren? Oh, y'all do look alike. But the thing is, and it's really, I actually did security for him and his wife. I didn't have a problem with him. I mean, I've heard that, and I'm not the friendliest guy, but I'm friendlier than him.
That's funny.
So that's how the whole DVP thing got started, and it just lives a life of its own. I've been waiting for the show to go off air so I could change my Facebook name, but it just keeps coming back on. It lives in infamy. I'm still mad at you. Don't see. Every time you mad at me, that's the first thing they do. They try to smile at you to make it better. Like that's gonna see, Roy. That's why I tell you I'm shallow. See,
yeah, she did just refer to you as Peter.
Not the straight hair. You know, it's a saying you go to a place for the first time and you put the first lady out because she don't know how to act. But the first lady's on the verge of getting put out of her own place. And you know what? And once upon a time, she was so pretty, but now she's just kind of cute because she just ain't acting right at all. You know what I'm saying? What you call her, Buffy? Like the Vampire Slayer?
No, like Buffy the Body.
See, wow. That is funny, the references that they go to. Yes, Buffy the Body is who you're referring to. Wow.
You don't know.
Don't worry about it. Yeah.
We'll do that on break.
Yeah, we'll discuss that conversation.
Who? Oh, yeah, that was back when they had just black. That was back just when they had black and white TVs.
Oh, wow. I'm sitting up here. Yeah, I'm had to think about that. I'm like, that stepped back a little bit.
That was almost before my time. Almost. I mean, we were poor. We didn't have electricity, so I don't remember a lot of that. we didn't have electricity, so all I saw was a screen. I didn't even know that. It took me 4 years to realize the TV didn't work at all. I thought we just didn't have no power. I was like, man, Mom, this TV still ain't coming on. We got electricity now. She said, boy, that TV ain't worked since you was born. I was like, oh. All this time I've been waiting for electricity just so I could watch this big old TV.
Hey, so you know what? Random thoughts. I got a couple of random thoughts. I really have to get in. I normally don't try to say nothing, but
Boss, did
it's
you get a picture of me and my co-host?
It's two things here in particular that I really have to question.
What's that?
So, have you seen the Facebook video about the guy at the Kojic convention who says he don't like men's no more, and he yeah, right? So
hold on, did you say something about a man that don't like men?
Dude, it's like wow. That's really all I can say. I'm gonna have to pull it up. You know what? I'm gonna try to pull it up.
Hold on, the man said what now?
Bruh,
the man don't like men.
More. I mean, first off, the situation is that he was prayed for and now he is delivered from homosexuality.
I don't
know. The thing that you saw. Oh wait, hold on, because the second one is really gonna throw you off. I'm gonna have to show y'all that one because it doesn't have any sound to it. But I'm trying to find this particular one. I mean, it's just like hilarious.
I'm gonna have to block your Facebook account, right? That kind of stuff don't come up on my page. I'm just saying, that kind of stuff don't come up on my page.
Dude, I'm sitting here and it's like, bruh, really? I mean, because first off, what you're wearing doesn't say that you've changed. Anyway.
He's expressive.
That's an understatement. But it's just, you know, I say this, and I'm probably gonna piss some people off, but you know, oh well.
Oh yeah, it'll be the first time,
right? You know, I spent some time in the Kojic church. This was something that happened at a Kojic church event, and you know, I've spent some time in a Kojic church, and I'm gonna tell you. You know how you go, and you know I've always been involved with whatever church I got that I'm a part of. So you know we going with the pastor to different places, and all these kind of different things, right? So you know we doing that. So we get a chance to see a lot of different churches. I'm gonna tell you something. Out of the approximately 30 to 40 Kojic churches I went to, I saw two straight choir directors. And I knew they were straight because I knew them. So
I'm sorry.
It's like, it's a situation that you really, it's you know, it's one of those things where they, what's the word I'm looking for? They not perpetuate it, but they it's almost like they encourage it. And it's, I mean, I'm sorry because it
encouraging
really
happiness,
is the homosexuality.
Happiness.
Look, call it what you want to.
Yeah, we call it happy.
I mean,
I'm a lesbian.
What? She
said what?
She said it so soft.
Say it again.
She said
I am a lesbian.
Okay, and I understand that. And this is, you know, we've had this conversation before. Everybody has their different thoughts about everything. You know,
I got friends. She was just finna be my girlfriend. Hold on, we having a
I don't have kids, so that's not possible.
She calling you on your stuff, so you can't.
Yeah, remember I gotta have
nothing.
children.
They got adoption agents for that.
That's funny.
I gotta go adopt the kid to make it right.
Well, and let me tell you this: the issue with me, Peter, isn't even so much with him being gay, as much as it is that has to be the fakest thing I've ever seen in my entire life, and it was just completely ridiculous that I mean, just the way that he did it. Because I mean, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, am I homosexual? No. If that's what you want to do you? It itches, as we say, and this is one of my southern things coming from South Florida. We got little people. Well, he's like really little, so he really ain't understanding nothing. No way. But it just itches my behind to see the flame and stuff. That's what bothers me. Because that flaming just. Why are you so extra? If that's what you want to do, we ain't asking you what you doing in your bedroom. So I can't find the video, but it's ridiculous to see how he is and how he's acting about it, because everybody that has posted said something about it. They're saying it seems like one a setup. Now, the other thing is one that I think a whole lot of people can get on. I have this video up. It doesn't have any audio to it, so if you want to come over here and look at it.
Why don't you just put it on the page?
But there's a lady who's leading the choir, and she twerking. She leading the choir. Yeah, she had to get up for that.
Yeah,
she like,
I
hold
gotta
up.
see that.
She
I
like,
don't believe
she
that.
like, wait a minute.
I saw that one.
I don't believe that.
No, come around this way, sweetheart. Oh, I'm gonna let you see. She look here, and hey, the praise dancer's down in front of the pulpit. Well, she twerking in the pulpit. She ain't just twerking.
Buffy, she's twerking. Like real live twerking.
See that? And you didn't believe me. You thought I wouldn't make that up.
Outfit like she went
She
to
at
Central
the
Station.
club.
This kind of stuff don't come on my. It don't come on my Facebook page. I'm so blessed.
I'm like, and I'm telling you, the thing that's crazy is they got the spirit clap going with it, and she is just twerking it. She is twerking in the pulpit. Did you see that one? How you look at Buffy even like, wow.
Why that never came down my timeline?
Watching it too.
What? Hello? I'm like, I saw 3 people posted it today. That's what we say. She looked like she at the club.
She just came from Central Station.
She is leaving. She was like, oh, wait a minute.
2.0.
She left the club and came straight to church.
Oh my God.
You know what? I don't know. Nobody has claimed it or tagged their church in it, which I doubt they would want to do.
I can't believe it.
Yes, she was twerking in church.
Y'all
Mike, you see the
special.
twerker? You see the church twerker? Mike said, "No, I don't need to see that. Leave that alone." Look at Buffy.
Buffy can't believe it neither.
I'm telling you.
Buffy, let me just tell. Buffy, let me tell you about Mike. Mike is a cool dude.
No,
once
she
you get
looking
to
at it
know
over
him.
there. I mean,
Mike scared me at first.
There
He
are
was
some
smiling.
things,
but he's a cool dude. Eventually,
there are some things that you do look at it. I had somebody that I know who's grew up with the family in the church and everything, and she would say, sometimes you don't went too far. That there's going too far. I mean,
and they was like clapping around,
right? And I mean,
and she was moving to the beat, like,
and they
hey,
clapping.
hey,
I mean,
hey,
that's
hey,
the thing
hey.
that's killing me. I'm like, how is everybody in the choir just like not stopping and like what? Wait, I mean, how do you continue to let somebody do that in front of you?
maybe they all left the same club.
You ain't in the. Oh,
She just didn't get. She just didn't get
They got on a
redressed.
van bus and
Yeah.
get to church.
So you say they was all at the same
They
club?
all
so
was
they
at the
came-
same club.
She was gonna stop and say like, "Now let me pull the sheets out on everybody." That's crazy. I mean,
that's real.
the stuff that people will do.
Did you get that picture yet?
I've
I mean, we
always
waiting.
said no church is safe now, though. You don't know what you're gonna see in these
Well,
churches.
I mean, as someone
I
who's
think if I can speak to the Lord in the privacy of my own home, and because no church is safe.
and we'll get to that because we gonna try to keep it
What?
on format, but the thing
I have
is,
no format. That's why I was called Random Thoughts.
right.
I
But
try
the
being
thing
disciplined.
the thing about going to church, it's assembling with like-minded people. That's supposed to be the whole purpose of you going to church, is to fellowship with those who feel and believe the same and believe or have the same faith as you do. Now, the thing that I think we've got to get to is we've got to understand that the actual church ain't nothing but a building.
A who?
A building.
Oh, I thought you said something else.
A building. And as they say, it more devils sitting up in the church. I think that people know the devil know more Bible than most people do anyway, if you want to put it that way and be real about it. So, and the other part is you got to have your own relationship. Because you can't let nobody can live your life for you. When we stand up, however they feel is going to happen, if you stand up in front of somebody, they're not going to say, so what did Buffett tell you to do at work and you did do? And they're going to be like, no, let's talk to you about you. So
I'm blaming Buffett.
it is. He said you go.
I'm blaming Buffett.
We gonna blame Buffett.
My mama told me when in doubt, blame somebody who ain't there to defend themselves. That's what I'm sticking with. I'm blaming somebody.
Now I do want to ask you guys a couple of questions about the Ferguson situation because we have a lot of discussions as it relates to that because he's and I'm gonna go ahead and quantify some of this. DVP is actually a retired law enforcement officer. So of course he does have some different views and some things that we can bring into it that we do get into and that we have conversation on. We've, like I said, one of the things that we've actually been doing is there's a group, and I darn it forgot the name of the group that we've actually been getting updates from about the things that are going on. And there are things that are happening there that I didn't even know or I hadn't heard about, like the militarization of the police department and the fact that they brought tanks in. I mean, literally, they have brought tanks in. The armored truck, okay. Well, right, because, yeah, that, you know, and they're doing the different things. And we've got into different discussions with people on several things because, one, how can your city be 70% black and y'all don't have nobody elected? And I'm even hearing that some of the black elected officials that they do have been bought off. I mean, I'm hearing a whole bunch of situations and stuff that are coming from out of there. But what, I mean, what do you know about that situation? Take the mic, man, so they can, let's get a little bit of that one. Yeah, it's got to be that one. Just to kind of, you know, what do you know about that situation, or what is your view on it being from that area? Because Ferguson is really nothing more than a suburb of St. Louis, from what I'm hearing. Yeah. Right. So what have you heard about what's going on, or what do you know about what's going on in your area?
They're just saying that it was like, it's so many stories, put it like that.
Right.
I know a friend of mine knows Mike Brown's dad, and he said that when they brought out the deal about when they gave the officer's name, they went back and saw that Mike Brown was in the store. The first time they showed him in the store taking something, they didn't show when he went back and paid for it. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to make him look bad, make his family look. They didn't brought up something about his mama now. You know what I'm saying? It's just they just bringing up a whole lot of nonsense.
Character assassination.
Right, and this man is not even locked up. This man, and they even said the autopsy. They even said he would have lived, but the man walked up to him and domed him, shot him in the head. That's what killed him. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
It's just a whole lot going on with that situation.
Yeah.
Real. I mean, it's crazy. And I've talked to a couple of cops, and they told me, you know, they feel what's going on is that he was scared. Because Mike Brown was like 6'4".
The cop was scared.
Yeah, he was scared. Overkill, that's what it was. But, you know, he said you'd be surprised what cops go through. You know, and I could see that too. But at the same time, this man was minding his business. He didn't know nothing about the store situation. You know, he just going off of just going down there and messing with. And Ferguson's been known to, you know, racial profile. So these guys walking from the store with some blunts, and they just pulled him out of nowhere, and just what he did was wrong for real.
Okay. Well, and that's one of the things that DVP gets into. You know, we talk about it. He does give that perspective. And see, I have uncles who were in law enforcement. So I know what it's like as a family member. And I'm from South Florida. So we talk about Miami, Palm Beach. You liable not to come home. See, look at you.
But as always, my whole thing is, right or wrong, let it play out and then judge. Too many times we judge an incident we don't know. We had the incident here in Atlanta with the cops at IHOP where they hit the lady and everybody was jumping on the cop. But you only see where the filming starts. You don't see nothing there that started or ended it. Right. You're going to always have bad cops. You're going to always have bad citizens. But if you've never, and I can say this from both perspectives, like I had on my Facebook page, I've been black all my life. I ain't been a cop all my life. There was points in my life where I've been a nigga. I know what it's like. I know both sides of the fence. People can say what they think cops should do, but when something happens to you and your life is on the line and you got a split second, you don't get to do all that Monday morning quarterbacking. You know, as a cop, there are bad decisions that I can say I made after the fact. But right there doing, you got somebody bigger than you, somebody threatening you, you hurt or whatever. There are a lot of things that go through your mind. And people say, well, you've been trained. Somebody told me, and this is a story I tell, I just met you guys. I hit this lady one time. She's probably 110 pounds. And I heard everybody yelling at me about hitting this lady. Oh, and I hit her good. But nobody saw her stab me. But in the midst of when she stabbed, when I hit her, I made sure so she couldn't stab me. The stabbing hurt. Right. But nobody saw that. Everybody was like, oh, why you hitting the lady? Why you hitting the lady? Right. And I hear all these people screaming at me. And, you know, when the paramedics got there and they saw I was stabbed, it's like, but see, y'all, and all y'all were right here and y'all missed that. But it ain't like I can say, hey, she stabbed me, I'm finna hit her. Is that okay with everybody? Right. But everybody, you know, they ready to put me in jail. And she stabbed me. And until you know the whole story, because there have been times when cops have shot people and it was totally legit. Even with your thing in Florida, remember when it first came out, I told you he was going to walk because Florida law said it. Like it or not,
Right.
Florida law said he could do what he did.
Right.
It doesn't have to be what I think is right. The law says it.
And that's what people don't understand. The law is
that's the
different
thing.
from right
you have
and
to
wrong.
take You have to take your time and be non-judgmental. Lots of laws go on, and this is my thing with people in Florida, even some of the people in Ferguson. The law had been on the books in Florida for the longest. Georgia has a stand your ground law. It's nothing like Florida's. Because Florida law, in its essence, it says once you come on my property line, I got a right to shoot you. That's what Florida law says.
Florida law does. Yeah.
Georgia law says you have to do something to threaten me first. Now, once you do something to threaten me, I can shoot you. Florida law, all you gotta do is come on. I don't have to be scared. I don't have to tell you on my property. You don't even have to know what my property line is. All you gotta do is cross my property line, and I'm standing my ground. I'm not, and that's the basis of Florida law. And it was back when they had that whole hanging chad thing, and Floridians never voted to change it.
Right.
When the people from Ferguson started calling, my thing with them was, okay, fine, you don't like what happened with this. Y'all are 70 to 80% black. And all this time, if this has been a systematic problem, why haven't y'all either brought in black leaders or cultivated them from within and promoted your own people to be mayor or city councilman? Quit blaming cops for this, because this is something that you could have took care of. And as a race,
because the sheriff is an elected official.
But as a race, we like to blame other people for stuff that we don't want to take accountability for. We don't want to take accountability for our bad kids. Because even though the thing in Florida happened was bad, why are you letting your son go out in the middle of the night to get arrows? My son can't go out in there.
But you know what?
And there are a lot of little things, but at some point, you have to accept responsibility. You can't keep saying everything is somebody else's fault. In Ferguson, get your leaders up there. Cultivate them from within. You make sure, and I learned this from the dope game. I grew up with dope boys. You know what dope boys did? These OGs. When they found a smart kid who's got potential, they will not let them get into the game no matter what. Everybody's whole design is to make sure he stays on the straight and narrow. You can't hang out with us. You're going to go to school. Right. If we have to put one of these big boys with you to make sure you go to school and get A's, that's what we're going to do. And he becomes a better person. They don't let him fall into the game life because he has potential. Now, the guy who making D's all the time ain't got no potential, come on with us, partner, because you ain't going to make it on a real job. You might as well learn how to beat people up, and that's what we're going to pay you for. Ferguson, every other town who got all these old people or these people who claim to keep it 100, they can do the same exact thing from within. Stop blaming the system, because you are the system if you don't do nothing to change it. If you wait till it affects you, like I said, commit a crime in my neighborhood. Oh, I'm telling, because I'm not finna wait. When you robbed my neighbor, you did this. You think I'm gonna wait till it's my turn? And that's what we as a race love to do. Oh, it don't affect. This lady asked me the other day. She said, "Hey, I just saw a guy who killed my next door neighbor. What you think I ought to do?" Really? He killed your next door neighbor and he saw fit to come back to the neighborhood, and you asking me what I think you should do. Yeah. He's a killer, and you know he's a killer. You asking me what I think you should do? See, to me that's a dumb question. But that's what we don't want to take responsibility, and as a race, that's our downfall. We'll blame everybody but us.
And you know the thing, and just the big point, and I tell, this is the issue that people missed about what happened in Florida. Again, was a situation where if we vote and get the right people in place, it was the attorney general lost that case because they charged him with first-degree murder. There was no way that first-degree murder, and you know, I wanted to be a lawyer at some point, so I spent a lot of time studying the law and being involved in those kind of situations. First-degree murder is the hardest standard to prove in the legal system. It is the most difficult thing to prove, because what you have to prove is you have to prove that someone had the intent to kill someone. Right. That they set out that was their thing. When they woke up, that was their intent. They woke up. When he engaged him, that his intent was to kill him. And nobody in their right mind thought that his intent was to kill him. They thought his intent was to try to show out and be big and bad. And try to, you know, the Zimmerman wanted to get up there. Oh, I'm gonna show this little black boy. He don't need to be walking around in my neighborhood, because I know the area that they were in. And Sanford is one of those areas that's probably very similar to Ferguson. It's got a bunch of young people who are ethnic, whether it be black or Hispanic. In the old guard in that county are old white people who've been there for 15 generations. And so the black people and the other minorities just started migrating in. So all the stuff is entrenched. And you got to, but we talk about all the time that we've got to get, people have to be involved in the process if you want to change it. You can't sit there and just complain about it and think it's just automatically going to change. They want you to complain, because if you complain, then 9 times out of 10 you're not voting. Right. And that's what they like to let you complain.
Right, but I can say this past vote, a couple days ago, Tuesday.
Uh-huh. Well, you know, and it's funny.
But hold on, let me say this. And this is my issue with voting. Because everybody says, oh, we voted, we got the stickers. But who are you voting for and what are you voting for? You just going out and voting to say you voted? Because if you're voting for somebody simply because they're black or simply because somebody told you, but you don't know what they stand for, you still defeating the purpose. Because if they're not sitting there, if you vote for people who don't want to change the system, so yeah, you got out and voted, but once again, you perpetuated the system because you ain't made no change. I mean, people who voted for Obama that ain't happy about what he did. Well, Obama wasn't there for child support, so you're stupid. Because I heard a lot of people say, oh, he ain't do nothing for child support. The president doesn't care about child support. It's not his job. But they voted for him because he was black, and that was their issue, child support. So, I mean, you just as dumb as the white who voted for McCain because he was white. You're not helping when you're voting. Why'd you vote for this guy? Why'd you vote? When you ask them that, most of them can't tell you nothing. So it's still an uninformed vote. So the vote, to me, has lost its thing, because I'd rather you not vote than just vote blindly because, oh, I'm a Democrat, I'm voting for all Democrats. There's a lot of crazy Democrats out there.
But see, and that's the problem, and that's the thing we talk about it. Even with the folks that I was dealing with in Ferguson, I said the same thing that he did. I said, because I can't remember the young man who came into town for the event that we did at Morehouse that day. At the thing, one of the guys who became, he's one of the leaders. I wanted his, like, was Troy or something, Troy Davis. I can't remember his name, but he came in and was talking about it. And I told
Troy Davis was a cop killer. It wasn't him.
Okay, it wasn't him. Okay, so yeah, sorry, wrong name then. But this, and I told this young man, I said, you know what, man, I'm looking at you, and he was like, yo, man, look, I'm just somebody from the streets. I'm like, dude, I'm somebody from the streets. I grew up in the roughest part of Palm Beach County, moved to the worst parts of Miami-Dade County, Overtown. It still came out wanting to make a difference about where I came from. And I said, you can't expect somebody who don't, and like Buffett mentioned Poke and Beans, and we'll use College Park as an example. You can't expect somebody who's not from here to really care that much about this place if they don't live here now. And so if you don't go in and get somebody not only who cares about the place, but like Darren said, you got to still know what they stand for, because y'all could have two completely different values of what you want to see happen. He may want to turn it into a straight business district when you say this is a neighborhood, it's always been neighborhoods, we need to keep it neighborhoods. We do have to be informed, but the only way that we're really going to know the people that you're involved with is you stay engaged, and like you said, you got to bring them up from within. We cannot expect people outside of our community to come in and change our community. It is not going to happen.
But that's but it is. That's all, because those that are in the community are so entrenched and so blinded that they don't know what's going on outside.
Well, they have to be trained. That's like you said. People have to be trained.
You got to get somebody from outside who can bring in a fresh idea. Because if we've been in this for so long, this is all we know. We don't see no light of day. That's why it can't be us anymore. We don't know no better. So it's no different when you try to take a country boy to the city. If you've been in the country for 30 years, the first time somebody tell you, you ain't trying to go to all that because it's too much for you at the time. If you didn't go to the city when you was a kid, trying to wait to go to the city when you 35, you don't want no parts of it because it's too much for you to process. To bring about change, you have to have a fresh mentality. You have to know something, which is why it's easier. What they say, kids do not know discrimination. They've never seen it. They learn discrimination. Right. Once they learn it, they can't unlearn it. So when you want change, bring in somebody who's a little bit more educated who can say this and show people the right way. Because if not, if he gets it, I'm just using you for an example. If he's come from a life of crime and killing, now he's in power. That's still, so to him it's normal. So even when people saying this is a problem, he's gonna like, well, this has been going on for 30, 40 years. I don't see what's wrong with it. But if you bring somebody who don't know, they can say, hey, this is wrong. This shouldn't be going on. It ain't no different than when slavery hit. Slavery was a condition for a lot of us. Whether people like it or not, slavery stopped because white people stood up for us, who said, hey, this is not right. But for a lot of us, it was the only way we had a home. We were never going to fight against that. So you have to change the mentality of a group, and you can't change it from somebody from within.
Well, I agree with you to a certain extent because, like we said, the key is you got to train somebody. And that was my point.
And that's why you pick somebody. You pick a youth, and you don't even let him get caught up in the system.
Exactly.
You keep him
that's
far
what
away.
I'm talking about.
You give him a bodyguard. He don't get to hang out with the dope boys. He don't get to do nothing. We check on his grades. We check on his schoolwork. We fund him. And like I say, and I grew up in the dope game. This is what I know. I know we funded several students. Hey, we're going to make sure they got all the books they need. We're going to make sure they got this, but they'll never get to hang out with us. Never, ever. They'll know who we are, but they can never come on this side of the street. Anybody see them on the side of the street, you drag them back across.
Well, you know,
drag them.
The funny thing that you say that, and you being in law enforcement, we've had these discussions before. People really don't understand. We have taken terms today because they sound good and they've been in movies, and everybody wants to be a gangster. And people don't realize that as illegal activities as they were into back in the day, gangsters looked out for the community, especially black gangsters. They were charged with that. And like you said, they would never. Coming from Palm Beach, Riviera Beach, S Avenue area, I was an athlete when I was in high school. They would not allow those of us who were considered like top tier athletes. They would not allow us to be around any of the dope dealers.
Right. Because they
And
had
the
a
dope
moral
dealers
compass.
knew, and the dope dealers knew. Even those who were our age knew better than to deal with certain kids. You didn't, like you said, you didn't deal with the nerds. And you didn't mess with the top tier athletes because those were always people that had a shot at going out and coming back and making a difference in the community.
And that's the system. And as much as I hate to say it, it's a truism. Yeah. Real criminals had rules that they played by. And they didn't do just anything. It wasn't about making $1 off of any and everybody. They knew who their clientele was and they stuck to that. That's why crime was glorified, because being a gangster was a glory. You had to have character.
It was almost like being a doctor or an attorney back in the day.
Yeah, because you had to have character, and to make it up the ranks, you had to show certain things. Even though you were ruthless, you were only ruthless when it was mandatory. But most gangsters played a Robin Hood mentality in the neighborhood, which is when we go back to where gangsters live. There were no crimes against kids and children. That's why you hear all these little stupid dope boys talking about what they run. Dude, if you running this, how are these little kids getting killed, murdered, and kidnapped? That never happened. That never happened where we stayed. Because nobody was going to come in who we didn't know, and you definitely weren't going to walk out without us knowing. So yeah, we could keep the cops out, but it wasn't that we weren't going to tell them. We could fix it for real. But you looking at all this stuff now, kids get murdered. 30, 40 years ago, if 2 kids would have got shot in the neighborhood, one something about it, bodies would have showed up somewhere for the police to get with a story so that everything could be ended. Nowadays, all these wannabe gangsters, they not protecting their neighborhoods. They looking out for self, and they screwing over their neighborhoods.
And that's a great place for us to take a break. And we're going to go into your piece that you like.
Snitch?
Yes, sir.
That's what's up.
So we're going to go into that.
By Truth Be Told.
Yes, sir.
We'll be back in a few.
I'm gonna do one more, and then my man JG is gonna come up here and he's gonna blow it up. So y'all make sure y'all show him the same love y'all show me. I really appreciate you, Dayton. This is my first time ever in Dayton, and I'm loving it. Thank y'all, for real. So I was saying, y'all make sure nothing else. Get a card, say hi or something. Everybody that put something in the bucket, I appreciate it. The picture or what that container there. Thank y'all. I'm gonna do one more piece, and it kind of curtails off of what you did as far as like with the whole thing. Like, y'all ever seen the shirts that say "Stop Snitching"? It's like the dumbest shit ever, ain't it? See, I'm from Saginaw, Michigan, and according to the FBI, since 2003, it's been the most dangerous city in America. Not in 2003, since 2003. And you still got cats walking around with these shirts, and I lost too many people from high school while in high school to this. So this is just my response to that. I'm going to close out tonight with this, all right? You know what?
Yes, you have the right to remain silent, but it ain't right to remain silent. Especially when neighborhoods remain violent and those who try to fight it and don't stay quiet are labeled snitch. But this ain't the goddamn Sopranos. And you don't win a Tony for any song or dance you try to portray while you say snitches get stitches. Because the only ones in stitches are those laughing at us as they ask, how can we be so dumb? Snitch. No matter how you spell it, silence nowadays is taking communities hostage. And this nonsense, this quasi-mafioso garbage has become the constant our kids have grown fond of. So how the fuck do I remain silent when violence invades our nights and days, preys in our minds and stays inside of our souls and decays? And nowadays, I question the source of this vibe. Bragging about holding magazines, yet too blind to read the issues. Acting all double XL while leaving the streets with those small, sad songs. You know, the one whose soundtrack is a gun clap, serenaded by sirens and distraught mothers crying, ending in the final breath of one young soul dying. Can you hear it? See, I would wish for you to read in between the lines, but niggas don't like reading. So keep on believing it's some big old coincidence that neighborhoods just like yours have more liquor stores than churches. Keep believing that ain't on purpose that 10% of the population accounts for 53% of the prisoners in our nation. Shh. Just keep quiet. Even though closed mouths don't get fed, which leads to starvation, which leaves you dead, you would instead earn street credibility. But tell me I don't understand. Even though I come from Saginaw, Michigan, a land where ice cream was sold more than ice cream. Keep telling me how it's so hard out here. You try to get in where you fit in and how everybody trying to stop your shine as you redefine your life by what Jeezy and Wayne said it should be. See, for those of y'all that don't know, a snitch, by definition, is one who sells another one out in order to avoid time in prison. Yet here you are giving away your community. One block at a time. One Glock at a time. One rock at a time. And don't even start trying to tell me how you can get a brick and flip it and distribute it for double the profit minus the re-up and not see what that same time could do had it not been applied towards a degree in math, chemistry, or business. Ain't no difference. Ain't no difference. They all include thought, dedication, and deadlines, but you would instead try to shield your stupidity, telling me you trying to hold down your peeps, unaware of the irony in the statement you just made. See, you don't want me to tell you the truth because you already know it. And talking about things like this brings life to something that a bullet can't kill. See, your life ain't worth living if there's nothing to die for. That is what I write for. So maybe if you tried more to change your living, you want to transfix your position into calling other people snitches. Those of us who work hard for a living instead of living off that hard and that work. And it hurts that your worth ain't dirt as you search for places where crack is sold and cracks in souls make those supposed growth ain't an option. You need to stop, man, because if you've been listening, you know by now you the real bitch that's snitching.
And y'all heard that's truth be told, that's one of my favorite pieces, and it describes the whole snitching mentality perfectly about this keeping quiet while people destroy your communities one block at a time, one rock at a time, and all you're doing is keeping quiet because you don't like the cops. But if it makes sense to you, it makes sense to me. You know what? Because it's your property they stealing, not mine. We were discussing the whole system with us. And what is it? What's a good way to describe it? Super producer.
Might be time for another thought.
Hey,
so
urban development and growth, I guess.
Yeah, urban development and growth. Yeah, that's it. You know, urban survival, really, man.
But to change the system, it can't change from within. It's got to come from somebody from outside the system who has a better view and knows what it's like on the outside. One of my first jobs, I used to work at Magic City, and I met Magic. Michael Barney was the first guy I met who had what I thought to be legitimate money. He was just a cool guy with a vision. He walked it through. I mean, he used to walk the streets to get, because Magic City was like really the first adult club around. And, it became the pinnacle. But he walked it through. Nobody thought it would succeed. He put a lot of sweat and tears into it. But to make things happen, somebody got to have a vision, and sometimes it's got to be somebody from outside the pack, because this is all we know. And for us, this is good. And I tell people all the time, look at a lot of these so-called dope boys, all they got to show for what they got is a car and a stereo system and some, $4,000 rims. But when they die, can't nobody pay for their funeral because there's no money. Because, these dope boys say, oh, I'm making $5-10 grand a week, and they really not. That's what they may be netting, but after they have to pay off everybody, they're making $200-$400. $200-$400. They got 3-4 kids, and they hollering they taking care of this because they swapping stuff out, but they ain't got nothing to show for it. But that's all that they know. And if you try to explain to them why they're wrong, they're not getting any of it because they don't know no better. So when we do the Floridas, the Fergusons, the East Points, the College Parks, the system is still the same. Most of the time it takes an outsider to come in and change it, but he got to ingratiate himself to the community, but the community has got to want to do better. A lot of places don't want to do better. They content with being where they are.
Well, and I think that's the big issue. And like I said, I agree with you to a certain extent because I've been in several areas where that is the case. People are comfortable where they are. They're comfortable in the situation. It's not as bad as other people think it is. So it's kind of the way that they say it. And I actually use Orlando as an example. When I first moved there, I met a whole bunch of older gentlemen who had been around for years, and I'll never forget the story they told me, and I had to verify this. I ended up verifying this story, but they were saying that during the time that Martin Luther King was going around the South and going into different cities, that they met him, a group of black people that had been appointed by the rich white folks in the Central Florida area, met Martin Luther King at the bus station. And before he was off the bus for 5 minutes, looked at him and said, "We don't need no help here. We don't have no problem with our white people." He got back on the bus and had never gone back to Orlando, him nor his family, until I think it was like 2003, 2004. I had the opportunity to interview his oldest daughter to ask, because I'm like, I just couldn't believe that story was true. And she was like, this is absolutely true. And she was like, some of her siblings were still upset that she even went then. But that idea, when you put certain people in place, they're going to come in, and it's all about what they get out of it. And that's what we've got to get. That's the next thing that we've got to get past. People who look like us, who we don't know really aren't for us.
But they presented early. The something I give Ferguson the most credit for is they eventually ran Jesse Jackson out. Now, we know how I feel about Jesse Jackson. Well, I guess. But I've dealt with him personally. When the deputies got shot, when Elamine shot the deputies, he tried to say it didn't happen. Well, dude, you weren't even here, first of all. So who are you to say anything? But he wanted a VIP tour to go see Elamine, to pray with him and bond with him. But he wanted to tell us, English is my friend. English had no idea who Elamine was because nobody did at the time. But he identified this man without knowing his whole history as H. Rap Brown. And everybody trying to tell him he didn't see what he saw. Well, he didn't have a bunch of pictures to pick from. He identified this man from what he remembered seeing. And here comes Jesse with trying to say something different. But my initial disgust for somebody like Jesse Jackson, and the main reason I don't read Jet magazine anymore, was when I became part of the voting class and I started studying candidates. The first time Jesse ran for office, when it was clear he couldn't make it, Jet magazine still kept running his ad for people to donate to his campaign for 2 more months. That's when I lost all respect for Jet, and I lost all respect for Jesse. You still trying to get money for a campaign that you're out of. And Jesse showed up at Lynn Bias's death. Lynn Bias was the first guy to die from a cocaine overdose. Jesse Jackson only shows up where cameras are. He's never been anywhere there's not a camera. And he makes sure the cameras are there before he shows up. That's his claim to fame. When he went to Ferguson, he made his speech, then he asked for money. Not for the families in Ferguson, but for him. And the other dude, what's the other dude name that was there at Ferguson?
You talking about Sharpton?
Sharpton was there. Sharpton ran him out. But I got no use for Sharpton because Sharpton started the whole Tawana Brawley fiasco, where he wanted all of New York PD shut down for a rape that never occurred. with no factual evidence. Yeah, cops are bad, but you can't just blatantly start off that without any facts. But that whole Tawana Brawley thing was a fiasco.
Yeah.
And he didn't have any facts other than she said. But there was no proof whatsoever other than she said. And, oh, there's a cover-up, this. And that's why, you know, I am partial toward people saying things about cops. Let the system play out. Make your accusations, let facts come up as they come up. Stop rushing the judge. We don't do the same thing. When Alameen shot, we caught Alameen in a field. He still made it to court. Nobody shot him. Nobody shot him. Lord knows if anybody should have been shot, there was nothing but cops there when they found him. Nothing but cops. No cameras, no nothing. We don't do it. As much as people may not like my breed, most of us cops still have a certain code of ethics that we go by.
Well, the reality is most cops are good cops, and we, you know,
right.
I like to say
like
that.
most
I
blacks are
think
good blacks.
Right.
But for the ones who ain't, they make it bad for everybody else.
They make it really bad for everybody else, right? Because I know, like I said, I know enough law enforcement people to know that, and you know, but it's funny because we talk about that culture, and you know, we as people, I heard a group, you know, we were talking about it, and they were talking about the ingrained distrust in our community for law enforcement, and it's like, well, you know, you can't keep saying the ingrained thing when you won't then try to change the situation.
But it's not, hold on, I'm going to go back over here one time. How do you, just roughly? 22. When you were growing up, were you taught to hate cops?
No.
See, it's not ingrained, and that's why when the girl said that thing, but when you were growing up, you heard about officer friendly just like I did. Yeah. Cops became bad when these kids would start coming parents, and they start using the cops to threaten the kid. Oh, if you bad, he gonna lock you up. Our parents never said that to us. So this is not something that was ingrained from cops doing something. This was something that was ingrained from us not wanting to be responsible parents. Because my mother never told me a cop, if something happened, you find this guy. Because that's what cops did. When 12-year-olds start having babies, that's when cops became bad guys. And when all of a sudden you don't want to be responsible for your kid, cops became bad guys. Because you don't want to be responsible for your kid. Your kid can go to school, curse, blah, 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 blah. It's the cop's fault. The first child that I ever wanted to beat, ever, I locked his dad up. And me and my mom, we walking through Harris Homes, and I didn't even recognize the little boy. The little boy walked up to me and asked me, I'm going to tell you, I locked his dad up because his mama called me, and she said, he's here now. Come get him. That's how I knew he was there. So I'm walking through Harris Homes because I'm from the projects, me and my mom, and this little boy walked up to me, and he said, hey, officer, you remember me? And I was like, no, little fella, who are you? He's like, bam, you locked my dad up. That's the first time I cursed in front of my mom and couldn't take it back because it hurt. But he blamed me for locking up his dad when his mama was the one who called me and told me he was there. So that bad image didn't come from me abusing the system. It came from her not taking responsibility and saying, hey, your dad beat on me all the time. I want him out. So he has an image of me that should have been hers, or actually should have been placed on him. She should have been saying, you should never hit a woman. This is what your dad do. If you hit women, this is the outcome. Not that this guy just goes around randomly locking up people.
Right.
But because, like I say, I grew up in that culture. It's not something that's been systematic for the past 40, 50, 60 years.
Oh, no doubt. And I mean, I agree with you.
It's something that happened in the last 10 to 15 years. Once again, it's because of the generational breed.
I'll say the last 20 years, the kids, I mean, people from the 80s, and we can trace as much we want to back to the crack era, and with all these people, like you said, babies really starting to have babies.
Yeah, that's what it started with, babies having babies.
Right, and it's the issue that we no longer look at it from a perspective of what did I do? We start not just glorifying, but we start rationalizing the wrong that people do.
No,
that's why people don't snitch and all this. Because I think fear is probably third on the list of why people don't snitch.
Fear of what?
Well, I mean, repercussions. Believe me, like I said, I don't know how it was here, but in some of them areas in South Florida, they let you know. You know, the snitching will get you done in a certain way. So in some areas, trust me, there is a fear of not saying who did it.
Right, and the only people that say snitches get stitches are all walking the street. Snitches don't get stitches because they instill that fear. That's the fear that's been instilled. Most of these guys ain't killers to start with. They're punks.
Well, which is why you don't know that if you
yes,
see
you
them
do, because you know who they pick on. And I'm gonna tell you this now. Understand this.
If you're in the community and all you do is see them beating up on people,
you
don't know they're not killers.
I've been that nigga. I've been a cop. People who threaten is just like with bullies. Bullies, you know how you find out who a real bully is? He picks on other bullies and it exerts his dominance. He ain't a bully if he picking on her. That's not a fair fight.
But that's not the issue, though.
The same people who start the snitches get stitches are the same group. They picking on a little man first. Because ain't nobody came to my house and told me I better not say nothing. Because, if you come to my house, I got something. I got some nigga stoppers everywhere I go, and I got plenty of phones. So they pick on the ones who they think they can get away with it with. That system has never changed. And there's nobody to protect them because they bound to this system. Because all these people saying it, we lock up people every day. Don't nobody get hurt because it's all bluff. And it's just like bad cops. If I'm a bad cop and I do something to you, if you believe ain't nothing gonna happen and don't tell nobody but her, guess what? It's a system perpetuated because I ain't going to them because all they going to do is cover it up. When you just close the door yourself, you told her, ain't nothing she can do about it. There's nothing she can do because you chose the ignorant route. But if you go tell somebody, the cops on Neal Street, where they at? They in jail. Because somebody said something. If nobody wants to tell, see, that's a mental cage. And you know who perpetuates that mental cage more than anybody else? We do. White people don't do it because they tell. That's how a lot of cops get caught messing with the wrong white people. And the white people went and told somebody. And
no, you're right. It is cultural. We don't do it.
The white people end up dead. Snitches don't get stitches because when somebody come out and they start telling on, you know what happened? We all get scared because I'm telling you, one something about the boys in blue. We the biggest gang in the country. You can't hide from us no matter what city you go to. It's at least 2 cops. Every city in America has a police department. Every city, no matter how small, got a police department. So no matter where you go, if your picture come up across that fax machine, somebody looking for you. So if you choose not to tell, that's because you choose to be a prisoner. So don't blame the white man for that. Blame you because you too ignorant to step outside the box. Because you can't point to none of your friends. For anybody who said this, tell me which one of your friends you know got killed for telling on somebody. And everybody gonna say the same thing. They don't know none because it ain't happened. It's a TV show thing that they say. Ain't no snitch got stitches. You see, we got these 1-800 numbers where you can call. You don't even have to identify yourself. You can call Channel 5, Channel 2, Channel 11. Ain't nobody getting killed. It's a myth perpetuated by blacks to keep blacks shut down. And guess who blacks blaming on? Oh, it's the white man keeping y'all down. No, it ain't, because every black now got a cell phone. They got disposable cell phones. So you can call and not have to get nothing away. If you don't want reward money, if you just want to stop, hey, these guys are selling dope. I'm going to tell you this. The white lady called us in Alpharetta. She said, them boys over there selling dope. And so she said, oh, no, I'm going to get the key to my house. Y'all come in anytime y'all want to and film all. Y'all can set up a camera right there. You think she cared? You know what they did? Nothing. Nothing. Because the snitches get stitches is a lie. It's something that we like to say so we can stay in bondage and we can say, oh, well, I'd rather he be over here selling dope, harming my neighborhood than to have police come over here and stop him. It's stupid. It's, as we say, it's retardable. And that's something that we do to ourselves. That's why I said on the page, the myth that we love to say, the white man and the government holding us down, it ain't them, it's us. Because we tell each other a bad lie, we want to perpetuate it. We want to perpetuate it. Because now, I guarantee you, we all know somebody black who made it. And everybody who been pulled up, you ever been pulled up by the cops? Did they shoot you? Did he steal from you? Everybody had a cop experience. And most people can't tell you about a bad, you may catch me on a bad day, because if I pull you over and I just saw a kid who got murdered or raped, yeah, I'm gonna have a bad attitude. I ain't gonna have a good day, da da da. A lot of people can say they had an experience with a cop and he wasn't friendly. It's not my job to be friendly. It's a good thing when I can, but who cares? As long as I respect you and don't do nothing illegal, be happy with what happened. Your boss ain't friendly sometimes, your mate ain't friendly sometimes. You don't complain about them. And that's the bad experience that most people have with cops, is that they weren't friendly. But most people can't tell you a cop stole from them. The guy who was on my page, oh yeah, he took my dope. Oh yeah, go complain about that. You stupid. You mad cause he took your dope.
He took something illegal that you weren't supposed to have anyway.
And don't get me wrong, I've taken people's dope because it wasn't enough for me to write a report. And more importantly, I know the system. If I take your dope and don't give you a police report, you got some explaining to do to your bosses. So I had a plan with that. Oh, no, I ain't gonna lock you up. What you mean you don't take? No, just don't do it no more. So now you got to explain where you just lost $700. What you gonna say? Well, the police took it. So the police took $700 worth of your drug and then see, I knew what I was doing. I was wrong for that on a bigger level. But I had a plan. See, that's the snitches get stitches. See, because he needs me to lock him up. That way he can explain how his drugs got confiscated. You mean to tell me he took it and you ain't got no proof of nothing? Because $700 ain't enough to steal. It's enough to get you in trouble. That's all. It's enough to get you in trouble. So that whole myth thing, man, and that's what I'm saying. People keep saying it, but they can't point to nothing that's concrete. Okay, yeah, I got a bad attitude. We all have bad attitudes. You're a truck driver. There's some days when you drop your load off, you don't care what nobody saying. All you doing is grumbling. Because it ain't your job to be friendly. It's your job to get something from point A to point B. The days you can be friendly, that's a bonus. The days you can't, you still getting paid. That's all that matters. And my job was to go to work at 8 o'clock, get off at 8 o'clock. I had one goal in life, to make it to that second 8 o'clock safely. Everything in between was a threat to my safety. I didn't care about being nice to people. So you mad because I'm not friendly, because I don't say have a great day, because I didn't shake your hand, because I didn't listen to your sorry excuse about why I didn't give you a ticket? Get over it. But you can't sit back and say, and that's why I get mad. People say it's systematic about cops being bad. Give me a story. Give me a, for instance, that you know of, not something that you read about. For all the people that you know, give me a personal story. And whenever you ask this, can't nobody come up with nothing. They can tell you about something they read in the newspaper. They can tell you about something they saw on TV. But everybody got 100 friends, and out of your 100 friends, can't none of them tell you that the police took them to a side street and beat them up?
Hey, well, you know, it's almost time for the show to be over, but what Mello? It
was nice. It was nice meeting you, brother.
No, I ain't forget about Mello. What a bars.
Oh yeah, you done ate now, bro. We ain't letting you leave without something.
The bars.
Oh, now he tired. Now he tired.
Oh, he don't want to drop the bars now.
Oh look.
Oh okay.
So when I got to come back to get some lyrics? When you gonna be back now? I mean, I'll set up a show just for you, because you gonna give me something. You done ate, you done had something to drink, everybody waiting.
The cinnamon.
Everybody waiting. Can't nobody see you, man. This radio. That's why I can do this, because I got a face for radio. I mean, you know, don't nobody know what I look like. Come on.
Right.
I'm just bring a mixtape through, and y'all be the judge if y'all want me to freestyle when I come back.
When you coming back?
I'll be back tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Oh, so he can't even make it tomorrow. Hey, he trying to okie doke me? Hey, this gonna be on the 600-degree thing, right? Okay, so your picture gonna be on it. I'll make sure I get this now. He done went over to my phone ringing. My phone ringing.
I gotta take a call. I gotta take the call.
It sounded good. I mean, it didn't sound believable, but it sounded good. I'm just saying.
Phone call.
Hey man, it was nice meeting you, bro.
Y'all be safe on that road, man. Oh yeah, most definitely. Y'all be safe on that road.
See now, so until I hear something, come on. Until I hear something, you're gonna be Vanilla Ice. Now when I hear something, I'm gonna change your name. But until I hear something, I'm just saying.
Nice to meet you, Ice Vanilla.
Hey, we enjoy this. We come back because I need some pizza and tequila. So
Okay.
at the same time. No, because actually
Not yet.
I had a long day today, so I need to rest because somebody was trying to push all my buttons, but I had to do this show, so I wanted to stay focused. Okay. When you coming back?
Tomorrow.
Well, next week. We'll be back tomorrow.
I ain't gonna do no show tomorrow.
And actually next week we're in Lil Burn.
Next week gonna be in Gwinnett County.
We're in Lil Burn, yeah. We're in Lil Burn next week.
Yeah, we need to set up something so we can put y'all on our.
Well, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get with them. Ricky told us we can get a couple slices to test it out. So
Okay, well, get with my husband and.
we wait.
Hold on, who's your husband?
Rick. Rick.
Ain't here.
He don't know. Rick ain't here. Yeah, I know Rick.
Pretty Ricky, a.k.a. Ricky Fontaine. Yeah, I done heard about it. Mike gave me the scoop. You know what I'm saying? It took me a minute to get Buddha to speak because he was frowning at me. I was finna leave because he was just back there looking mean. But once he started, he pretty good. So now we cool. And plus they sell 1,800. I'm cool with anybody that sell 1,800. Because, you know, I'm cheap, not easy, so 1,800 covers that for me. So I'm finna go back here and holler at Ricky and my almost ex-girlfriend. But she ain't got no kids, so I just, but did you ever hear back from your friend and tell her she missed out? I mean, because I'm kind of.
I
No, because I'm tired of girlfriends going through. He ain't going to send to me if she cute. No. Why they do that at? No.
So she still ain't showed you the picture? She still hadn't showed you the picture yet?
No, she works at the airport, so she probably can't get to her phone.
All right, whatever.
Hold up. So y'all must not be like
All
really
right.
good friends because that means you
Right.
ain't got no pictures of her in your phone.
My Instagram is DVP13. Yeah,
Oh,
she
that's
keep
right.
blaming on a
Okay,
new
yeah,
phone.
You did give
Yeah.
us a new phone, right?
Yeah,
She
'cause
didn't know how to use it, so we'll give her
But
that.
she was using a piece of trash iPhone, so yeah, it's gonna take her a minute to get used to using a real phone.
Okay.
Instagram, I'm DVP13.
Okay. I'm about to send you a link now so you can be my friend.
Okay. And on
13.
right.
Okay.
And then
You guys, I'm glad you came.
Take care. Thank you.
we
Thank
like you too. You still ain't pretty no more because you call me Peter. You just kind of cute. That's it. What time is it?
That time.
It's all right. Let me get one more. Let me get one more something from Mike, the manager. Tell us one more time about 600 degrees before we leave for the day.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to 600 Degrees. We're going down on that deal. Oh, boy. Nah, just playing.
Look at him do it.
Now, we're at 600 Degrees serious, though. You guys need to come out and check us out. Everything is authentically made. We make our dough fresh, our sauce. Everything was created by Rick. Our own Italian sauce is also on the menu right now. We got the Italian turkey sausage. You can do the meat buster and the turkey buster. You can come to 3 locations at Old National, West End, and Six Flags Drive. And everything that you want to eat is sliced pizza. You can do hot wings, oven roasted wings. We also got calzones, Greek salads, Caesar salads, pizza rolls, garlic knots, cinnamon knots, the whole 9 yards. What? Hoagies, Phillies, 1800, the whole 9 yards. But the main thing is, it's a family-oriented environment. You can come and enjoy yourself and get a slice at the same time.
Y'all got a truck yet? Can y'all
And-
do events?
And they got 1800. And I'm also here with my co-host / almost ex-girlfriend, but she wouldn't act right for the 2 hours I was here.
Yes. This is a lovely tea, baby. You can just come and see me at the Old National location. You can just come and see me, the lovely tea, baby. Come get you a nice, lovely drink made at the Old National location. 600 degrees, you know. Me and my boyfriend that look like Peter.
We ain't even had
Wow, and she still calling him out looking like Peter.
She smiling.
That's funny.
and stuff.
So that's it?
Yeah.
So
No, just don't forget about me. Don't forget to come see me.
give me my microphone. All right, so it's Wednesday. What's the day again?
The 12th.
Okay, no, it's Wednesday. She been drinking already. Don't mess with her. She think it's Thursday. It's Wednesday the 12th. We'll see you guys again Wednesday the 19th and 5 o'clock, 5 to 7. We're gonna be in Gwinnett next week. Follow me on Instagram at DVP13, Facebook Darren versus Peter, or my show page Random Thoughts with DVP. All right,
We got the Queens. And we got the Queens coming up at 7:30.
The Queens Eye View is coming up in a few minutes. It's 3 to 4 good-looking women, but they won't let me stay around because they don't like men interrupting their show, so they're gonna kick me out. So I'm gonna stay here and hold hands with my almost ex-girlfriend for a couple more minutes. So we're gonna peace, popcorn, chicken grease, and I will see y'all in a week. All right.
Make everybody flip out and carry on till you're tired of one chill out. All of the gyal spread out, make your body keep clapping on.
With all the hottest set a girl them inna the dance and don't take up with the make the girl them jump up and prance. Bust the rhyme and turn up all the lyrical magicians. Therefore make them sweat to jump up, wave up them hands. It move the road with all the hottest set a girl them inna the dance and don't take up with the make the girl them jump up and prance. Bust the rhyme and turn up all the lyrical magicians. Therefore make them sweat to jump up, wave up them hands. So push it up there.
Back with the remix with Splipper, Sean and Paul in the corner. Can't believe when we do it, we smack it down how we wanna. Keeping it coming, keep coming, people, cause what I'm saying is, in case you ain't knowing, in case you ain't heard, and if you want us to send it, just give me the word. This one goes down to my soldiers that be flipping them birds, to all my shorties wiggling and shaking their curves.
We make it clap. We make it clap. We make it clap. We make it clap.
Oh snapper, look at shorty shaking it and making it clap. Booty big, poking out like 20s on the lap. When I give it to her, shorty know how to throw it back. We be banging to the beat, sometimes we overlap.
Kinda shake that thing, Miss Annabella shake that thing, yeah, Donna, Jody and Rebecca. woman, get busy. Just shake that booty non-stop when the beat drop. Just keep swinging it, get jiggy. Get drunk up, percolate anything you want. Because it's oscillating if I don't take pity. More to see you get life on the rhythm of my ride. And my lyrics up about electricity. Girl, nobody can do you nothing cause you don't know your destiny. Yo, sexy ladies want part with us. You know the car with us, them not war with us. You know the club, them want flex with